Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to Urban Absurdity. I'm your host, OG Ron.
And I'm Bianca Brown.
And we have two special guests in the house tonight. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hey, everybody. My name is Misty Nelson.
And I'm Pamela McKinney.
We had some technical difficulties, but fuck that. We'll go in there. We were just talking about
Build a man.
Build a man. It's not a concept that I'm really too familiar with, but, well, yeah, it is. I've been built before. But I just want to know why so many women are opposed to it.
Why do you want to see how many women are? Why women? When do you want to learn
So I could
both sides?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there's three women here. I gotta get y'all. I gotta get y'all opinion on it.
Right, but we absolutely need you to speak on, being built.
What, building a woman?
Right.
Or being built?
Okay,
being built.
So we're going. Okay, so I guess we'll do it like three ways. Like we'll say why you would, why you would not, and why you feel like that is okay or not okay, Ron. So which one wants to go first?
I feel if you find the right man, there's no problem with building this dude.
Some people want the man already rebuilt or built already, though.
But what's wrong with that too?
Right.
What, one of the man that's already built?
Like that's crazy. You know what? I guess I'll play devil's advocate. I'm a Libra. I'm on this side. I'm a
Leo, so I'm outspoken and strong-willed. And
you know what? The funny thing is, you're a Libra and you're a Leo. My best friend is a Leo, and I'm a Libra. We'll talk about that later about the show,
shit,
Ron.
The zodiac shit.
But I'll say this: I'm in the middle. I don't think there was a time in my life that I was okay with the let me help you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in my life where I'm trying to get myself together. You know what I mean? Not that saying that I'm not, because I am, but if I'm working on me, how can I work on me
and work
and I'm working on you? And I think as women, that's what we do. We help someone so much that we forget about us.
But sometimes you have to help someone else to take the distraction off of yourself because you've taken yourself to a point that you can't take it any further. And so you need some new insight.
That's another time for codependence. But I'm just saying.
I like what she said because I was about to say something. While you're working on yourself, if you feel like you're at a good level, you said you don't have time.
Because we can always be better.
Okay, well, a man can always be better as well, too.
And this is what they do. They cut you off, too. You're working on yourself. Say you 70%. In your mind, you almost there. You meet a man. You like him. You know what I mean? He needs a little help.
What is help? What do you need? What type of help do you need?
There you
What
go.
is a little help?
What is help?
No, I want to know
a little help.
Little help is needed.
Hey, some men might just need inspiration. They might not need your money, your motherfucking car. When you think of build a man, everybody always says, okay, it's just some nigga that can't do nothing for me. Why does every man have to come in your life and do something for you? You can help a person. All right, if you want to build a person, if you get him to, like, if you building a fucking car, you rebuild that transmission, it's going to ride. It's going to take you places, right?
Right.
It's a lot easier with two people.
But if the motor's blown, then what's the purpose of rebuilding the transmission?
Hello. But wait a minute.
That was a good point.
You know?
That was a good point.
What are we doing here?
Right.
Hey, she just took the engine.
Took it all the way
She
out.
just took the engine right out of my shit.
All the way out.
What I meant was, if this man has potential and you see he just needs a little, you might, like I've heard people say, speak life into your man, breathe life into that nigga. That might be all he need. He might be selling nickels and dimes. And you be like, bro.
No.
There's a difference.
The way you do things, you could be doing something a whole lot better. And see, all I see is women shaking their head, but I can speak for myself. My woman helped build a good one.
But there's a difference between...
And now, in a minute, she's not going to have to worry about shit.
There's a difference between building a man and encouraging a man.
I was just speaking of encouraging, and there were still no's.
No, there's a difference between building a man and encouraging a man. When you are encouraging a man, he already has that foundation. You are just encouraging him to continue to build with the tools and the abilities that he already has in him, that he already has available
Whether
to him.
use a wrench or a screwdriver, you're still building them.
No. No, but you're really not, though. It's a
Yeah,
difference.
you are.
No. Okay, so you can have a seedling. You can have a seedling that has already sprouted, and you continue to feed it, and it'll get bigger, and it'll grow, and it'll blossom, and it'll be beautiful.
Not me.
And then you will have
Grow shit.
you will have
I overwater.
these seeds over here. It's a difference between having a foundation. Okay, so since we're saying build a man, I won't revert to seeds and plants and stuff like that. But since we're talking about
I'm so
building
about to say,
a man,
goddamn.
right? I'm sorry.
Seedlings? That's what the fuck we are.
Okay, so you
I'm
can
just still wanting the
have-
coupon for the Build-A-Man. That's what I'm thinking about. Right now.
point. You can go to Sutherland's or Morton Buildings and you can get this building in this package. You have this complete building. It just has not been erected by the correct person or the person with the correct abilities. That is not a Build-A-Man. That is somebody that needs encouragement because you already have everything that you need right there
You
with
beating
that
up the
person.
microphone a little
Sorry.
bit.
She's
Aggressive self. That's why I like her.
She's so aggressive.
That is not a Build-A-Man. That is an encourage a man.
What is a builder
That
man?
is a water man. A Build-A-Man is when you go to Home Depot and be like, I need about 5 2x4s, a couple of 6x9s. I need about a couple of 16 diameter nails so that I can get. That's a Build-A-Man. It's a man that he not only does not know his full potential, but he has no idea, no direction.
So you need to make this
nothing.
for people to understand. He ain't got no car.
He ain't got no car. He
He
ain't
got
got no
2 baby
job. He ain't got no
mamas. He ain't paying
education.
no
He got
child
about
support.
9 baby mamas, about 50 kids. He ain't paid child support in about 4 years. He owe about $17,692 in back child support. He owed the IRS $32,563.
What the
He
fuck?
been claiming unemployment
that's
for the
more than a
last
Build-A-Man.
18 months.
Yeah, I don't consider all that. I mean,
He got
I don't-
warrants, ain't got no driver's license. It ain't got no voter's registration card.
Let me ask a question. Though, because I remember things. I do. I remember things. What is the difference between a woman saying that she wants a man with himself together, than from you saying if a chick doesn't make a certain amount of money, you wouldn't even
It's the
basically
same
entertain
thing.
her?
It's the same thing.
See, that's sad that you would feel that way because
What's the difference?
Oh, you know what's sad about it? Men go through this. It's always something about what you have to bring to the table for the woman.
I brought the
No,
fucking table. What
but-
is you talking
If
about?
you're not a man, you don't understand.
But
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna repeat it. Most women are born. Y'all are taught that this man. She said it in the last show. The 4 P's. They
Protect,
teach y'all, and
Provide, profess.
women are taught that a man has to bring this to the table.
How many men are actually bringing it to the table and still getting in the house?
I'm sure there's a whole lot.
You know, there's a whole.
I'm
You know, there's a whole.
There's
lot.
a whole lot that's not and still getting to the table.
exactly,
So what's
but
the difference?
That's
But
a woman's
that's
problem.
what I'm saying.
most men are taught. Well, we're not taught to what
What are y'all talking?
like what a woman has to bring to us. So
Y'all not?
Why
no.
are your mothers
Oh.
aren't teaching you that? Why
Then
are they
that's
not?
that,
No.
yeah, then that's,
let me
that's,
tell you
that's,
something.
that's
no,
what
a parent
That's their mama
teaches
fault.
their child about certain things they should look for in a woman.
Let me tell
They
you
never
something.
really tell you she.
A man's gonna
You've
go
never
after
heard a
what his
woman
mother
say,
is.
huh?
A man's gonna look into just like a woman looks up to a man like that she chooses to be with, like who her father is. A son does the same with his mother. He looks up to the way his mother is. If his mother carries himself correctly, she does what she's supposed to. She keeps her house clean. Then he's gonna look for a woman that does the same exact thing because that's
I
what
like
he,
that, but that's observing the world. Y'all have it hammered into your head that this man has to have this. They give y'all a blueprint. This is what they need to
Then the
have.
mother's not
Most
doing their
moms
job
don't
to
tell
their
their
son.
sons, like, if she doesn't have a car, if she doesn't have this, if she can't provide.
A mother's telling you that
Like-
I
you as
teach
a
my
man should have a
sons.
car.
I have 3 sons, and I teach my sons that you are an accessory. You are not a requirement.
Real shit.
Like you should be able to add to that woman's life and not be that woman's
shit.
life. Like if she does not have the education, she has not already been built on the
Okay,
foundation.
All right,
she has
first
not
of all,
already
y'all
had the
contradicting
respect.
yourself.
Uh-uh.
You're telling me exactly what you're just saying, that
But I'm not telling my sons.
you're
nothing
sitting
that I
here
don't
telling your
expect from
son
a
to go
man
add
I
to that
deal
woman's
with.
life. You're not telling your son that he needs to find a woman that can add to his.
That is exactly.
That
what
is
I
not
just
what
said.
you just said.
That is what
That
I
is not what
said.
you just
I
said.
agree.
That
I
is
did not
totally
say-
opposite.
I
Come on,
just
Misty.
said that
That's
he
not
wa-
what you just
I
said.
just said he has to be an accessory. I did not say he
explained
needs to be
to
a
your
necessity.
son that he needs to add. You said he's an accessory. Is that what you told your son?
I said he's an accessory and not a necessity.
Wow.
Meaning, if he is a necessity,
you just made it worse.
If he is a necessity, then he don't need to be in her life. Just like I don't expect no man to come to the table with at least, I don't expect a man to come to my table with at least what I have. I'm not entertaining a man.
You don't expect them to, or you do expect them to?
I expect him to. I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
Because we're talking about build a man here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You have to sit at my table. You have to at
There
least
you go
have
again.
what I have. And I teach my sons the same thing.
Okay.
See, and I'm opposite.
Like I told my sons when they was in school, if you and your girlfriend's GPA don't add up to a 4 or better, you don't need no girlfriend.
But then that's making them believe that they can't date someone that's less than them. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with dating someone that's less than them. That's like saying you can't date no one that ain't a 10 because they ain't a 10 or a size 10. And you can't put people in them little boxes like that.
But
I agree with it.
I get what both y'all saying. Again, this is me playing the devil's advocate.
Yeah, here you go.
But no, I do, because it's kind of like this. It's saying you need to, as far as you do need to work on you.
Mm-hmm.
And what you should want is someone. It's like, okay, me having my son. I can't. I need to be with someone who I can say, if we have kids together, you automatically know what business needs to be handled.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I die,
Mm-hmm.
you are in control of all of this.
Mhm.
The same way you need to look at me like, if something happened to me, you know what to do.
Right.
Because I'm not here to guide you. I'm not here to help you. It's like your parents.
But people don't come into a relationship and know all that either. That's where build a man comes in, because you're building him to know these things.
But then nothing is wrong. Some people do. Do you know these people who one end up having a lot of money? Seriously, they do. And I know this from being around certain people. Like they do. They groom their kids and everyone else. A person who comes from a family of wealth is automatically telling their kids this.
Oh, I agree.
This is what you need to do, because this is how we keep what we have.
Mhm.
Right? If you go outside of this, we could lose what we have.
Because they're going to come take it from you, because that's all that they
Because
do.
I'm not teaching you what you need to know.
Right.
Like some people want to think that's harmful to say, to teach your kids, this is what you need to do and this is what you need to protect.
But
it's not to say to look down on people. That's not what you're saying. You're not saying to look down on people.
But you're going to force your child to go to the exact opposite of what you just told them not to do. because
Not all the time.
But some people don't.
Sometimes they do.
But sometimes they do. But you run that risk with humans, because when people get older, you're right. They're going to make what choice they make. It's like people who raise their kids to be racist. That don't necessarily mean your kid gonna be racist.
That's
I mean
right.
your kid could go the other way. So you make that choice to say, the kid makes that choice when they get older. Either I'm going to go with what I'm taught, or I'm going to do whatever, and we have no control over that. But I get this part of saying I'm grooming my kid to say, when you are in a relationship with somebody, you can't be everything to that person, because one, you have to still work on yourself. It's okay to help somebody. It is okay. It's okay to help somebody. But when you are constantly that person's everything,
then that's when
that is a problem, because you are constantly babying this person, and this person, it's kind of like enabling somebody. Now you could say, well, you're doing bad. I'm okay. And I care about you.
And let me pick up
And
the
so
slack.
let me help you.
Well,
and
that's why I think you put a time limit on things, or you put a deadline on things, or you as yourself, as a person, you tell yourself, okay, look, I'm going to do this, and if this doesn't occur in this amount of time, then I'm going to move on. And then we can come back to that at a later date and see if maybe things have changed after some time apart.
And I get that. And some people have the power to do that. Not everybody does, because once those feelings get involved, your time limit becomes, oh, well, let me do this. Or, he's trying to do this, so let me do this. Or I see little things. You know, your time limit changes by how much you care about somebody.
That's true.
And all of us have been in situations where you like, damn, I should really get out of this shit. but you kind of but my feelings are here. I done spent a lot of time here. If I just throw this away, then I lose this, or I could have did this, or this situation could. So it's for me to say. I just, me personally, I just don't want to do that. And I think differently since I had my son. And I do. And I'm not saying that's for everybody. Do what you do. I tell anybody, do what you do. Because you know what type of person you are. Just like I know what type of person I am. If I say, I'm working on this. I'm in school. I'm working full time. I'm working on my health. I'm working on all these things. It's like, I'm trying to work on me.
So you don't have time to work on someone else.
It's like I can't.
But why can't two people work together at the same time?
They can.
Why can't he be going to school while you're going to school? And then why can't he be working while you're working? And at the end of the day, you guys come home together and you collaborate together, and then you build at that point together, knowing that he may not have all the money in the bank that he needed, and you may not have all the money in the bank that he wanted you to have either.
But then I'm not building you. You already had that in you to do that. I didn't have to.
You're building each other.
But what I'm saying is, when a person talks about build a man, you're basically, or build a woman, you're basically thinking this
taking them from scratch.
Right. This person is not there yet. Well, like if you have if a person said, well, I don't have a job, but I'm looking for one. Nobody's building you because nobody told you to go look for a job. You knew to go look for a job.
But they've been looking for a job for 6 months.
Yeah.
Come on now.
And if they've been looking for a job for 6 months, are they taking the low end jobs? Or are they just saying, well, this job doesn't make me that much, so I'm not going to take that? Well, you could put a lot into that situation.
You can.
You could put a lot into anything. It's just me personally. I feel like I have a son. Even if I had a daughter, it wouldn't make a difference. I feel like you should. There's nothing wrong if you have the heart to say, hey, I really want to help. I have no issue with helping someone.
I think your responsibilities change because of your son. I don't think it has to do with your son per se. I think it's that your responsibilities change.
No, my way of thinking changed for me.
But that's where your responsibilities I'm referring to changed, because now you're not only taking care of yourself, you're also taking care of someone else. So now your priorities when it comes to looking for a criteria,
it made me think this person is watching me, which I could have thought about that when my niece or my nephew was watching me. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter if it's actually your child.
Right. But it makes me really think like, damn, someone is like really, really watching me. It's kind of like a person that's in an abusive relationship. And you say, well, shit, your kid is watching you. Mm-hmm. Like, your kid is watching what you picking.
No, you can't talk. That's a whole nother discussion on a whole nother show for me, because I came from an abusive relationship. And let me tell you, I was a hellion before. I was doing all fucked up shit. And then once that man hit me, it took one hit to the face. And I was ready to change and be a whole better woman because of that. Because I was abused as a child. And being abused as a child made my way of thinking differently. So that'd have to be a whole nother show on a whole nother story.
No, seriously, we could talk about we have free reign.
All right, well, let me ask this question. We're talking about building a person, and Misty said something about the person that she's with has what she has or better.
Right.
Let's just say that we're talking about a man. He has a car. He has a place to stay. He might be on Section 8. Got an 87 Honda Accord. You know what I mean? Food in his refrigerator, got a little job, might be making $8, $9 an hour.
So that's
You're doing better. You living in a nice neighborhood, $150,000 house. Is that still considered building this man, even though he really doesn't need you?
No, I don't think
that's
so.
That's not considered building
That is
somebody.
encouraging a man.
Because
I teach my sons, you cannot make a withdrawal from an account in which you have not made a deposit. Like it has to be something there already for you to get something from it. Mm-hmm. And that's where the whole build a man concept comes from. If you're building a man and there's nothing there, like this dude is like essentially on his grandma, auntie.
Do you feel like age is a factor in this building a man?
Absolutely.
Because I think once you get older or once you reach a certain age,
you have certain expectations.
Correct.
All right, what is that age?
But I was going to say, but what is that age?
When you get over your 30s, pretty much. When you're in your mid-30s, you get to a point where, okay, him living in his mama's basement or him on his... And it's not a situation... 40-year-old rapper. Yes, baby.
Hey, take a light on the rappers.
Okay.
Take a light on I'll bust one right now.
I was gonna say, Rod, don't let
me go get the old tapes.
It's a difference between.
I got a new song. I recorded that motherfucker about 6 months ago. All right, let's go.
It's a difference between you being a rapper and you not having a job that.
Hey, you know what? Speaking on the rappers, before we go too far, is all right. A lot of women correlate broke niggas with trying to be a rapper.
Because that's what they do.
I just dropped my new mixtape.
Yeah.
All right, but let me bring this up though.
I got them 3 for 20, 5 for 15, 6 for 90.
Okay, let me ask this question because she just said something about someone living with their mama. This hypothetical situation. Let me throw this out here. What if I met a man in his 40s and he was living at home with his mom, but he was living at home with his mom because for the past 8 months he had no choice because he had a home plan there because he was just freshly out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
Is that different?
That is different.
How is that different?
That is different because he's starting all the way over. See, if I had been able to finish, it's a difference between a man that's fresh out the joint, a man that's fresh out the joint,
AKA
a divorce.
We heard the joint and was like,
okay. But sometimes people gotta move back in after a divorce.
Yes, some people gotta move back in after the divorce. Some people gotta move back in like right after they get out of prison. Some people gotta move back in just because they got out of a long-term relationship where they have built this whole thing together. That is not a build a man.
All right, but what about this? Most of the time when you know somebody just got out of prison and they're trying to get their life together, get back on their feet, you usually know him or something like that.
It's just
a lot of
job.
times.
You can meet him on Plenty of Fish.
why are you on Plenty of Fish?
Hey, the reason I was just about
Plenty of Fish.
Why? No. I was about to say that, and I'm sorry, Ryan. I promise I'm gonna let you get back to this.
That's how she met her husband.
But okay,
she went off on Plenty of Fish.
No.
I did. I was like, hold up, wait a minute.
But no, but this is my point, and this is just how I feel, and that doesn't mean how anybody else feels. I feel when I got out of a relationship with my son's father, I had to start all the way over.
So you went to Plenty of Fish?
Because I didn't. that was the last place I went.
Nothing wrong with Plenty of Fish now.
Reason being is because I'm starting all the way over.
POF is fun.
It is.
It is.
Well, it used to be for me.
Now it's trash. But no.
I have so much fun blocking people.
And I was going to say that's it. But no. The reason
it's a whole
why.
other level than Facebook. You know, it's just not the same.
The reason why I say that is
because don't come through the same. I'm just saying.
And I got a couple of those, and I'm like, I'm just.
I got tagged.
I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out. This is it. I don't do free sites anymore. I don't. But no.
Black people meat is horrible.
It is trash, but it's cheap too,
garbage.
so that's why you know it's trash.
I done paid for 6 months and want a refund for a year.
Listen, it's trash. But no, okay, this is why I say that, because if I'm too busy, if I know when I knew like I had to do everything all over again, and I mean like everything all over again, and he did too, because we had everything together. So he's like doing everything all over again. I'm like, the last thing that I'm thinking about is dating. For me. The last thing I'm fucking thinking about is date. If I'm broke, that's the last thing I want to do is go out on a date.
When I was broke, I was on Plenty of Fish looking for motherfuckers to take me out to eat.
But see,
I'm a big girl. I need to eat. I ain't playing. I got Wednesdays and Thursdays open. When are you available? I'm just saying, I can take you tonight and you tomorrow night.
Happy hour at Hy-Vee is between 6 and 5, and they got $4.
But see, that was and to each their own. But that was just me. I'm like, that's the last thing I'm worried about. Like, when I'm cool, I'll focus on this right now, because I can't say the same thing. Like, if a dude was like, "Hey, I want to take you out, but you got to come pick me up," I'm not with that. I'm sorry.
Oh shit, I'll come pick your ass
up. And that's
but you putting gas in my car.
I'm not with that.
All right, let me throw something in here.
Gas in
that's
your
not
car,
a date.
I was just about to say, let me throw something in here real quick. Say y'all at a club, and the reason I say this is because we brought up the situation of a man getting out of prison.
Okay.
Not on his feet. You meet him at the club. Now, usually women are used to like, hey, baby, you know what I mean? I like you. You get the Mac and like.
Oh, I get that all the time.
So y'all kind of expecting a drink. You expecting a drink. Now, no women could tell me if a man walks up, she's not expecting a drink in the club or at least a drink offer. What if it's friends? You know how friends do. She's got him an outfit, first night out, he in the club. Y'all not going to believe he just got out of prison. Y'all think all we do is lie. So you might miss out on a pretty. Y'all, be honest, you don't think all we do is lie?
Walk.
You talking about if a dude came up to me?
If a dude came up to you, y'all was talking, he macking you, but he ain't. It's like 15 minutes later, he ain't offered that drink.
Okay.
What you do is
now
say,
you know that y'all usually know a drink offer is coming pretty soon after they walk up.
I probably already got two in my
after
hand.
the first 15 characters.
This is how
I don't care if a chick got 20, you at least go offer her a drink because that seems standard. That's how you know what I mean? That's how you mingle in the club. That's how you move.
How you find out whether or not he just got out or not? Ask him what his DOC number is. If he can rattle it off
Oh,
like
shit.
that, then he just got out.
This bitch just said that count.
I like her. She keep it real.
Like, who
She keep it real.
And then I'm like, okay, all right. So then you did just get out. So you know what's going on. So here, okay, now next conversation. You can't buy me a drink? That's okay. I can buy my own drink. I'm just here to conversate. So that's okay.
So what if he
I
say,
like her.
What if he say, okay, so can you give me a drink?
I don't think he would ask that.
If he did.
I don't think he would ask that.
Dudes will.
Dudes will. She right
Dudes
on
will.
that.
They will?
They will.
I'm shocked.
This
I've
is what I'm
never had
saying,
that
Ryan.
experience.
Dudes will.
I would be so embarrassed to ask a woman to buy me a drink.
But one
That's
thing
what I
you
was
have
just
to
gonna
remember, Ron, is when we say certain stuff, like you said, you know men, and if we not men, we wouldn't understand. It's
But
some
he
shit.
an old ass man,
but still wouldn't matter.
You can't even go off and his
But-
whole
but it's-
conversation.
I
young
wouldn't
men
ask a
stuff.
woman to buy me a drink,
But that
even
is
at a young
you.
age.
But that is you. You have
That's
to remember
you.
that there's certain stuff.
I would
that,
be so embarrassed. You know how bad of a first step that is?
Do
You
you
ask
wear
this
skinny
woman to buy
legs?
you a drink?
Do you wear skinny legs?
No.
Okay, so they're prime example, right?
This
Oh,
nigga
shit.
pants can stand up by themselves. The creatures be so tough. That's how
So
old
there's
this
your
nigga is.
answer. The new age niggas is different than the young ones versus the old ones.
That's so fucked up.
It is. Skinny
Oh, my
legs
God.
versus asking women for drinks. It's just that's
What are they Googling men asking for drinks? What y'all looking at?
No, I just downloaded this thing, so I want to see if it came.
That a bitch, she's downloading during the show. Is that The Sims?
You know,
Loving just playing games and shit.
So you used to building men.
Plenty of fish. Leave her alone. Gosh.
and I built them
I
well.
got a real nice, attractive one I could send your way if you're interested.
Oh.
On POF, girl.
No, I'm not with it.
She said I'm
You
not
know
with
what?
it.
I ain't either. That's why I was willing to send him your
you
way.
can-
All right, before
You
you
can
give your response, let me throw another one in. Just like she just mentioned POF. Do women think that there are certain places that you cannot meet a good man? That
Yes. Yes, church.
At the clinic.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I wouldn't want him either. And what type of clinic?
At the
Are we talking about for sports injuries? Or we talk? Okay.
At the free health clinic.
There you go.
Well, I don't know if she there too. She might make a.
Well, yeah, that would be a fucked
She might
up.
work there. She might be a
Okay,
CNA.
okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
What if he worked there?
That's different.
Okay.
That's
He worked there.
because he's a
But
CNA
if he,
too.
right,
They
but
got
if he
something
there
in
as a
common.
patient,
That's
hey,
different.
let me just go on the record by saying I don't want no CNA. So all them CNAs that's been inboxing me, please stop.
Or
I'm
she
an
What,
ass.
male CNAs?
Wow.
Yes,
Or
it is
security.
a male CNAs. Nah, I'm
He
okay
could work
with the
security. He could work security.
I
outside.
kind of like the ones that got staff across the back.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
Why they need security at the health department? What the fuck?
Wow.
Anything could work.
I mean, because some people be mad that they come
Yeah.
out with the diagnosis that they got AIDS, HIV, herpes,
I
some
think
shit
that's
that's
more
like
at the abortion
incurable
clinic.
type of shit.
I was about to say, I think you need to go to the house if you find out you got AIDS. Why fuck with somebody?
Listen, you can do anything. Sometimes people crazy.
But you still got to leave the
I
clinic
don't
to
think
go
that they
to
tell them
the
at the
Yeah.
clinic they have it because they have to send their blood out and they call you normally on the phone.
What if you get a hood one who be like, nigga, I know you got the shit.
Right.
I'm
Well,
just
because I
saying
know
right
you've
now.
been
He
fucking with
look-
so and so
his
and
shit
so
on
and
his
so and so.
the shit on his
I
lip got
remember
some
you
shit on
from-
his lip.
Yeah.
I never answered a health department call until I was like 36.
Hey, let me tell y'all
I was
something.
always scared. Like, I don't care who you are. I know most men have done it. I've got AIDS tests a lot of times,
Well, we appreciate
and
that.
I did not call.
We appreciate that.
But I'm glad I'm cool.
Ryan
Because not answering
advertising
that
he
phone,
got
I could have
clean
been
shit
dead.
for you ladies. Hey, but check this out. I had just given birth to my last son. My son is 10 years old. Like I promised, I had just returned to work. So literally, he was like 8 or 9 weeks old. I get a call from the Kansas City, Missouri Health Department. It was like, Mr. Nelson, we just wanted you to know that your name came up on the list where a potential sex partner has tested positive for HIV/AIDS.
Shut your mouth.
Oh.
My motherfucking cousin's husband was calling, playing with me.
I was about to say.
Okay.
I was like, I know you a motherfucking lie because I just had a baby and they tested me and they said I was clean. Like, I went all the way out. He was like, cuz, you good, cuz. I'm just playing with you, cuz. I was like, I'm fucking you up on sight.
How do they know who was your
though?
potential sex partner? How do they find that
Because
information
they
out?
ask
They
you.
write it out.
Sometimes
Yeah.
they ask you for the names of the people that you've had sex with.
Because legally, you have to tell them
that you have been exposed or that you have that disease.
Yes,
like
So is that
legally,
before or
you have
after
to
they
say-
do the test? That's after they
This
find
is
out?
after.
That's after, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, they never asked me
No,
that
no,
shit.
no, no, no.
God damn.
Well, let me just tell
Oh,
you.
shit.
You want to hear a funny story that happened to me once? I had a roommate that actually was HIV positive, and she was down on her luck, so I let her come stay with me for a couple months. And I tell you, that was all types of birth control, all types of protection for me. I could not get a man because, you know, when I told them that my roommate was HIV positive, they automatically assumed I was as well.
Guilty by association.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
fucked up.
And it's real fucked up because that bitch was having hella parties and had hella people coming over and kicking it with her, and she had way more sex in a month or two than I did, and I didn't understand it.
Wait a minute. She was still having sex?
Hell yeah. Some niggas is reckless. Like, they don't care who it come from or what.
No.
They gonna get it how
And
they live. If it's wet, they want it.
And
If it ain't,
If
they
it's
got
wet,
some
they want it.
KY.
So was she telling
Right.
people though?
Yeah, she didn't have a problem telling people at all. Like, she blasted it on her Facebook. She would tell people what her TLC count was, and I mean, you know, it was not a problem for her. She had actually had 5 sexual partners, and none of the 5 wanted to go get tested. So she didn't even know which one of the 5 she got it from, but she was still sleeping with all 5 of them, and none of them had a problem with it.
All them niggas got HIV.
And that's and you know, to
Don't
me, I
fuck
thought it
with
was the
nobody
craziest
from
thing because I'm
Springfield.
over here single and I can't get one person to even buy me a McDonald's Happy Meal because they're afraid they're gonna catch it from my roommate, and then here my roommate is over here just living it up. So
Damn.
you got to be careful.
That's-
You got to be careful nowadays.
That's
so,
the craziest story I ever heard.
Yeah, well,
What the fuck?
That's just one of many. So be careful.
I don't even want to get burned. Like, I'm that. Like, burning still scares me. Like,
So
fuck
you mean to
that.
tell me that you've never, in your 65 years of fucking,
I'm 41.
He said I'm 40.
65.
Hey, just to be able to stand up and say that you are STD free and have not ever contracted one single STD,
that is amazing.
I think that is amazing.
That is amazing. High five.
Yes.
You ain't never had shit. You ain't had chlamydia, gonorrhea,
But
trichomonas.
I was fixing to say you got.
Hey, I need my lawyer.
You need your lawyer.
Right.
I'm not saying nothing else. Like, on the first
Get a
48.
Bible.
Hey,
Right.
hey, somebody get my lawyer.
Where's the Bible?
Right.
Where's
This
the
nigga
Bible?
swear he
Where's the
ain't
Bible?
had to clap. He done probably had to clap about 92 times.
He still got trichomoniasis because you know they don't
Trichomoniasis?
normally, they don't check for that. That's just something that just happens to come about.
Trichomoniasis?
Yes, it's a real STD, and
It is. That just means you got the dirty dick.
And the
You
only-
know,
I'm about to say, what are the symptoms?
you don't have any. That's the number one.
men
issue.
don't have symptoms.
No. I
might have that.
Women would have symptoms.
You gotta-
Don't claim that shit.
No.
This nigga just claimed
No.
it.
I would
That
not.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
The women's symptoms are they can see it in their urine. Once they put their urine under a little scope, you can see it like swimming around in there, kind of like sperm, but it's not actually.
It itches, it burns.
It itches and it burns, and it smells really super fishy.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's
What
when you.
the
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This big booty Judy got the fishy smelling twat.
No. Hell no.
Well, you might be straight then.
Might. This shit, we straight. Fuck that.
Ain't no might about it.
Hey, we've been trying to conceive all type of shit. We've been
You're
tested.
41 and you're trying to conceive.
I've never
He
had.
ain't got no
I don't have no
kids.
kids.
At 41.
At 41,
41.
he doesn't have any.
Dang.
Like, I cannot wait for Ron to have a baby. I promise.
See, and I got.
And you know what?
11.
I'm about to
Everybody,
have
I've been
y'all guys
accused.
No
shit.
sense. That don't make no
Hey, I've been accused of having a low sperm count, and I was nervous about that for a long time. But
Did
I
you
went
go
and
get
got
tested?
tested, and they said, "Oh yeah."
They said you was good.
They said I was good.
But you still.
So
haven't
it's
been
her.
able-
Her eggs is boiled.
Ooh.
No, all the other women's, I guess something's wrong with their shit because she was on birth control when we first met.
Oh, so you wasn't,
So
you just wasn't messing with the bitches when they was ovulating.
I wasn't messing with the right one because
Are
every
you
time I
having-
got dumped or left a bitch, they got pregnant.
Do you know they tell you that having too much sex can prevent you from getting pregnant?
That's
believe
true,
it or not.
too.
Because
Yeah,
it
Well, I must have been messing with all the hoes. Like, 'cause
You
she just got off the shot a little while ago, so it takes a long time. Took a long time for it to actually get
Get
out.
out your system.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So that hadn't even been that
You
long
wearing-
ago.
You wearing boxers?
Yeah.
Going
I just felt
commando.
uncomfortable.
Going commando.
Hey,
No, I wear boxers. Boxers are good though, right?
they're supposed to help you.
But you can
Yeah.
actually go commando, and that's even better for you. A couple of days.
I wear
with-
jeans a lot, so
a
I'm not
couple
going commando. That's like a
couple
rough
of
ride.
days- a couple of days without sex is also beneficial to you.
And-
I've heard that.
Yes, it is. It is. Stay out of hot baths. There's a lot of things you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this.
I'm gonna need a list.
Wow, look at
I got
this.
6
I'm gonna need a
I
list.
got 6
You got
kids.
pineapples in there.
So, oh yeah.
You need
Well,
some-
No, I ate a pineapple once.
pineapples
Right,
don't
you need to eat
help.
a pineapple though.
Pineapples
It'll
don't
help her though.
It'll help her.
It'll help her,
Yeah,
though.
it will make her feel better.
You
but-
need some pineapples.
It'll
No.
make her feel better.
We go-
Actually,
go to Hy-Vee.
know what? No, listen.
Go to Hy-Vee.
She-
tomorrow.
he
They got the good pineapples at Hy-Vee.
No.
Go buy you a cup of pineapples, some pineapple juice, some Dole pineapples.
Okay,
and
but
all
if,
that, and
if
just drink
she's
that shit
eating
like
the
it's water.
if he's eating the pineapple, then it's doing the wrong thing because that means it's going in the wrong spot. That's
You are
why she's not
absolutely
getting pregnant.
correct. I apologize.
See, you giving
What
him
the
wrong
fuck is going on?
That's right.
Look, I was sitting up here like,
I like y'all.
See, the pineapples make your sperm sweet. Your
Yes.
pineapples and your water can.
I'm trying to get
Make
pregnant.
sure-
We ain't doing this shit for taste.
I mean, I know it, but I'm
But-
just saying. But the taste can actually help, though.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Not only
I don't want her
that-
eating it. I want her to put it in her.
I mean, she'll put it in her. You know what I'm saying? But it's like other.
Then we'll
shit.
never get pregnant because she wants
No.
the pineapple.
No, because it will help her in.
Bianca.
It'll help with the sex of the baby too, and helping maybe there's
Exactly.
something's going on inside of her too, because that is true that women sometimes their body produces way too much acid. I mean, I have 6 kids, and out of my 6 kids, I have 5 daughters, and it took me 19 years to finally have a son. I started over with kids too, just like Misty did. That's why we've been friends for 20 plus years. But I truly believe that it was not just in the position of the way you were laying. It was not within the man that you were choosing to have sex with, but it was also in the chemistry of the makeup of the body, which is what you're putting into the body as well.
Right.
Too.
So you need to cut out on this liquor.
Yes.
You need to stop.
I cut down a whole lot
Let
though.
me finish.
Damn.
You need to cut out with the liquor.
Ain't no liquor over here. What you pointing at?
Put them cigars down.
That could help.
Pick up on
The
your
cigar?
water.
Yeah, because it helps.
Pick up on
it
your water
lowers-
intake.
It lowers your sperm count down.
huh? Listen, you just made a post about all this pop you had,
Pick
and
up
I
on
said,
I didn't say I was drinking it.
I said you need some water. You need some
Right. You need to
H2O.
pick, like, why is that empty? But your
That
refrigerator
motherfucker
is
been
full.
empty about 3 weeks.
Your refrigerator
Yes.
is full of fucking Pepsi products. Like, who does
Ooh,
that?
I want a Pepsi.
Coke products. I work
Coke,
at Coke.
Pepsi, pop, period, motherfucker.
That water had hey, that thing been empty like 6 months. It's been longer than that.
Drink you some water. Like, I
Okay.
need you.
It ain't been 6 months.
Hey,
Yes.
Hy-Vee cross the street. Go get you $1.
Hey.
Yeah,
I be in across the
In
street.
his house.
down the street. You,
It's an H.
she
It's
got
a
me.
H.
She got my back. It's an 8. It's not an 8. It's all
I
the
just want to
same.
remind you, she's building you right now as a build-a-man. I just want to just
She's building
But it
my
ain't
ass.
my man that I'm building. Hello.
Ron
Go
said,
across the
Ron
street.
said, I ain't being built. I got my own shit.
Right.
Hey, but if there's any tips on that, I'll take those because we trying to be an old ass couple with a baby.
So go across the street.
I'm an old ass couple with a baby.
Get
I just
you
had
a
2
gal.
babies in 2 years.
Her
serious?
I'm
husband
dead serious.
paid $7,000 to get her tubes untied. It's 14 years between her youngest child and the last baby that she had. It's 10 years between the last child that I had and my most recent child. You need to go get you a gallon of water.
It's possible. It
and
can
you
happen.
need to go kill that.
I had my tubes untied and was pregnant in 2 months, which was so rare and so crazy.
Damn.
That the doctors even said that it could take up to 2 years before I could get pregnant. By the time they told me that it could take up to 2 years to get pregnant, I already had 2 kids.
So is it the frequency of the sex when you're trying to
No.
get pregnant?
No,
it's
not.
the quality of the sperm.
It is the quality of the sperm, because I'm gonna tell you right now.
I can't really speak on that because my sperm came from a 20-year-old. So.
Well, that's true, and mine came from a
I
40.
can't stand her.
Mine came from a 43-year-old, and I hooked, line, and sinkered him by telling him I wanted to have sex 365 days. I wanted to try it. I saw it on Dr. Phil one time,
Damn.
and it sounded like something that I wanted to do.
Dr. Phil.
So I did it, and he was for it, and we managed to make the 365 happen in 6 months. We exceeded our goal plus some. So yes,
Oh shit.
so yes, we had ultimate tons and tons of sex, but then once it came time to have the baby, we had to stop, and we went down to twice a week.
Right, because he had to build up his sperm count.
Correct.
So if you and Big Booty Judy is fucking every day, y'all gonna have to stop.
and you need to start.
No, but that ain't it because she don't even live down here. Like she only comes on the weekends. That's why she be pissed at me. Like, hey, drive up here. You trying to have a baby? You gotta come up here. We gotta do it every 4 hours.
On the weekends, that's why she's not getting
Ryan,
pregnant.
why you trying to have a baby and she ain't your wife? I was
Ooh,
trying to figure out.
I didn't say we was gonna have no hard, tough questions. This ain't hard copy.
Hard.
I don't give a fuck if it's hard copy,
It's first
soft
48.
copy, medium well-ed copy. I just want to know, why are you putting the cart before the heart? Like, and I'm just saying that because
Cart before the heart.
the cart before the horse. You get what the fuck I'm saying.
Oh, I thought
I'm
that was
only
a new
saying
one.
that being a woman
Mm-hmm.
and having, I mean, I know she ain't got no kids, but
Mm-hmm.
having multiple kids,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? And I have 3 different fathers for
Mhm.
my children. So why would you even want to put yourself in a position to be a baby daddy?
Because he ain't got no kids and he's 41. He's trying to prove something. Oh, my bad.
But she white though, so we ain't talking to her.
He trying to prove. That nigga got something to prove.
Talk to your sis though. Talk to your sis though.
Mhm.
You don't want to be a baby daddy.
I don't.
You want to be a father.
Mhm.
You want to be a husband.
But he can
So
still
why
be
are
that and
y'all
not
working?
be married.
But we not talking to you right now. We
I'm
just
You're
wanna
so
know.
aggressive.
I'm on your side. On
Thank
the,
you.
You
We
don't
wanna
gotta
know.
be married. She ain't married,
But
but
not
she over here talking.
over here.
Oh my God! Did
And
you
she's-
say Banaka?
Bianca,
I'm
sorry, baby.
I was about to say, yeah, I don't know who that is. So when
I'm sorry.
when we jump in,
She probably don't know
Why
my
are
name
y'all
right now.
trying to have a baby when y'all have not built that foundation where that y'all are
'Cause he
All right, we
won't
taking
want-
baby steps.
This
Right now,
is
we
the-
don't live together.
baby
We're-
steps is not fucking having a motherfucking baby.
Well, we
That's
talking
not
about
a
literally baby
baby step.
steps.
You got
Like
a
baby
puppy
first,
yet?
and then we start
Have,
stepping.
have y'all got a puppy together yet?
No, but she got an old ass pit bull that I won't let her bring over here.
No.
Some new age shit that I'm not used to.
it's not that I'm okay with. It's none of my business. I do great with minding my own business. So if
Absolutely correct.
So
I'm
if
a mind my
right,
own.
so if we have a conversation, I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know,
I'm for,
I'ma tell
I'm
you
for-
right now.
I'm for everyone.
That's
having
not gonna be
children.
okay with her. Like, it's okay in theory right now
Mhm.
because she loves you and she wants to give you.
She gonna
what
listen
it
to this
is.
show and be like, what the fuck?
She wants to give you what it is that you want.
Can't she get pregnant and then he marry her? Come on now, let her get pregnant.
He
first.
absolutely could. She absolutely could. But what I want to prepare him for, being my bro, being my homie, I want him to know that her being a baby mama or him being a baby daddy is not, if she took the time to build you up in a position where she's accepting of your seed, being a baby mama is not what being a child's mother is not what she wants for her life.
She won't be. She's the last one. There will be no others. It's just her.
Let me rewind that back and say that one more time, just for the whole audience. Let me get a moment of silence so we can repeat. And
No,
make
she
that
won't.
known.
She's the last one. We're just like, we talk a lot about it. We're talking about moving stages. We're talking about marriage. We're talking about babies. We're talking about
So
all
why
of
not
it.
do it the right
So we
way?
haven't put it in order yet.
I hope at
So
41
why not do
you're
it the
done.
right way?
I'm just saying.
So
Why
that
would you
the
just say
child
it?
that you have is not a bastard.
So what?
Are
Because
you talking about my unborn baby? Did you just call my unborn baby a bastard?
I got 4 of them.
She said I
I
got
can't
four.
stand you. They are not bastards. I hate that word.
They were born outside of wedlock. That's the definition of a
Okay,
bastard.
but
but
all
then it
six-
also depends on what religion you believe in, because everybody don't believe it.
Well, I was gonna say all 6 of my kids
Oh,
was
we're
born into a
Jewish.
marriage,
I
but
was
my
about to say
marriage
that.
wasn't shit. So does that make it any better or
Your
any
kids
worse?
ain't bastards.
No, but does it make it any better or any worse? They
Your
was-
kids ain't bastards.
Well, I don't think it makes
All my
that big
kids
of
are
a difference.
bastards.
My
Dude,
kids,
would you stop it, please?
I will wear a shirt that says all of my kids are bastards.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
No, you would not.
She probably would.
I absolutely would.
She probably would. I believe.
Because that's what it is. Like, that is the unmitigated truth. And I am all about truth. Like, one of the reasons why I'm so single, like, you swear to God, like, you text
So
me
single?
text me out the blue and be like, nigga, is you still single? I'm so single because I am so honest. Like, I do not play games. I know exactly what it is that I want. I don't hold no punches. I don't sugarcoat nothing. And my cutoff game is so cold. You would think we was in the Antarctic, okay?
that's why she's single.
I was
Like-
about to say, I don't think a cold ass cutoff game is like the best.
I mean, and it might not be. And I may learn and I may grow from that.
You have to. Most women I know, their cutoff game is too strong, and sometimes you don't need to be cutting off so strongly.
I'm trying to tell
I
her
mean,
that she needs to stop with her standards being so high. That's
so
why.
she basically telling me that I should settle.
What's wrong?
That's basically
saying
what
settle.
she's
No,
telling me.
what are her standards like? You as being her best friend, what is her
For
standards
20 plus
like?
some years? Well, like the whole Build-A-Man situation. She wants you to have a car. She wants you to have a job. She wants you to have a house that's got
Not
5
just a
bedrooms
job,
paid
gentlemen. I want you
for.
to have a job.
Do you
I want you to
okay?
have
The
benefits,
car,
please, and
but the
thank
car
you.
and the job, I understand. So, but does the house have to have 5 bedrooms?
Absolutely not.
Okay, what else?
She got
You
4
could be in
kids.
the
It's got to
studio.
have 5 bedrooms.
Somebody-
What are you talking about?
Well, now I gotta have
But
fun.
not everybody has to have their own bedroom. What do we, okay, double up. What else? What else?
She
has-
needs one-
Actually, my 2 kids are on their own, so I really
you go.
only need a 4-bedroom.
So
She needs
what
one for
else?
all her shoes, so
So-
don't let her lie.
So no, what
See?
else?
What I
else?
tell you? What I tell you?
Needs a
What-
shoe room.
What else is her? What else? How else is her? Or her? Because sometimes you gotta add somebody else that asking the person. Cause
Well,
the person
yeah.
that-
Well, because we was just having this conversation when we were
Great.
driving over here. And we were talking about how the man has to not want any more children necessarily. And she wants that man to be able to be a good father to her already existing children.
What
that she
I
has.
said
Oh.
was...
Now that's gonna be hard though.
What I
That's a
said
tough find.
was my ideal mate would either have already had the American dream or not want it. Because I do not want to have any more children.
Yep,
Mm.
that's what she said.
I am
So
tired.
children are the American dream.
I am tired of having babies and raising those babies by myself.
Mhm.
That is where I am in my 26 months away from 40. That's where I'm at.
See, and that's where we're different. Because
Basically.
I just married a man 3 years ago
Mhm.
that had 5 children already. But I had 4. So what made the difference? So we got together,
Mhm.
and a month after we were married, I had 2 more. We had 2 more together. So now we have a total of 11 children together
Wow.
between the both of us.
But are they all 11 in the house?
No.
It makes a difference.
It do make a difference, but you got to realize we got a 23, we got a 22, we got a 19, and we got a 17 that do not live in home with us personally because they're on their own and they're grown.
Yeah.
The 3 others are 13 and 6-year-old twins that live with their biological mother, who happens to live here in town, who I'm friends with.
Okay.
And then there's me that has 2 that live in my home and that live currently with us with the 2 that we have together. So we have 4 in home that live there.
Yeah.
So Christmas, we've got 9 that come and are there. So it's not like and every other weekend or whenever we can get them all together, we go to like Sildar City and places like that. So there's 9 together majority of the time.
Yeah.
So we're not saying that they're not all together consecutively because they're not every single day, but they are still together. So to me, she's different in that aspect because she wants the American dream to be different. My American dream was that I wanted more children. I had waited 14 years before I had more children. So I wanted a man that wanted children.
Yeah. I think, but everybody's dream is different. Like, I believe in that. I think the problem with human beings is that some people have to understand, everybody has to understand that everybody wants something different.
We
and
have
that,
to.
yeah, and that is okay. Like, that is absolutely okay. Like, everybody's dream isn't like, go
The
to high
same.
school, go to college, get out of college, get a good job, find somebody, get married, have
Which
kids.
is where I was referring to the
Yeah.
build a man situation.
And-
You
and-
can't do that.
But you can do that because if that's something that you choose to do, which nothing is absolutely wrong with that, that is fine because that fits you and that fits your life. But if somebody else is like, no, this fits better for me and this is what I would like, and it may take me a longer time to find that.
And that's
However, eventually
yeah.
it is possible and it could happen. Like, nobody has to have the same. I get what you say. As a friend, you like, listen.
Mhm.
Like, some stuff you should kind of ease
You've been
up
single
on.
for a long time, girl.
Yeah,
I
some
need you
stuff
to get a
can
man
kinda
and settle
ease up
down.
on. But who knows? Maybe her being the way that she is could get her exactly who she wants. And if you tell her, well, you should kind of slow up on this, and she does do that, and she gets somebody who she really don't want, you could have just waited a little longer and got somebody that you actually want. I mean, I just feel
But
like
here's the thing. It
Waiting a
ain't
little longer than
nothing-
that.
It ain't nothing.
doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna find that person.
I agree.
So you might grow old and never find that
I
person.
agree.
But if you
Because you can go a long time without finding what you're looking for, no matter what it is.
And you can find something and that not be what you're looking for.
2 points. 2 points.
Just to say you got somebody.
And you can find somebody that might not be. Say if you got 10 check marks that you need checked off, and he checks off 6, and you pass on him, but you keep running into these motherfuckers who won't even make the list.
He had 6,
yeah, 6 is pretty.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's not lowering your standards. That's just kind of saying, okay, maybe I'm looking for.
But people need to know when.
That's hard.
But
that's a
people
tough
need to know how to when to
be flexible.
But that's like to say, Ron, let's keep it real. That's like to say when you said you were not ready or you were not in that stage in your life where you were ready to settle down and do whatever, right? That don't necessarily mean you didn't meet good women. That don't mean you didn't meet good women who like, hey, let me.
I wasn't a good nigga though.
But that's not what I'm saying.
But that didn't mean the women weren't still good. I see her point.
Yeah, that was cool.
But that's exactly. but see, to you, that's cool. Okay, but I'm happy where I am now. That don't necessarily mean the women wasn't good. And they like, well, shit, this is what I'm trying to, the same thing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to do, or I'm trying to build, or and I'm not saying all, but I'm saying this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what I'm trying to build. And I spent this time doing this shit. And it's like, yeah, the person happy now.
Right.
But shit, I was doing the same exact shit. And it's not to say, and this is what I mean by anybody who, when someone says they want something, shit, that's you. That's your. To me, I feel like this. This is your life. That's you. What I would like, and that doesn't mean that I want to get it, and that's cool if I don't. I'm okay with that. But me saying I have one child, I am 33. I had my son when I was 30. He's 3. For me to say, well, shit, if I met somebody, I'm cool with him being a single dad. Like, people should be like, shit, well, why would you want that nigga? Because that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
I can't judge you for what you want.
Yeah. And I wouldn't judge somebody else. Like, if somebody else like, oh, shit, he got kids. And
that's true. I get the flack all the time. People look at me like I'm crazy when I tell them I got 11 kids. And then when I tell them that he had 5 before me, they're like, why would you even date him?
But instead of their question being, are you happy? Are y'all good?
Right. And
that is the ultimate question right there. Are you happy?
I am the happiest
and that is
I've
the
ever
only
been.
thing that matters.
And that's it.
Like, I do not have permanent birth control. So if I meet the right one and he's like, baby, I want to have a baby.
Away.
I just love you so
and
much. I would do that for him.
So you wouldn't be nervous about it?
I think she
Not at all,
would.
because I don't mind being pregnant. I don't mind being pregnant at all.
She just don't want to do it alone.
Exactly.
She's just scared about doing it alone.
Exactly. I don't want to do it by myself.
But
so
she's
that is why
independent
I
enough
have
that she
the
can do it on
standpoint
her
to
own.
where
But you don't want to.
But I don't want to.
It don't matter whether you could.
People don't want to do
but,
it.
But once you've done that, it's like, just because you could do it, shit, I could go rob a bank and I might get away with the shit. That don't mean I should do it. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Maybe you should. We need funding for the podcast.
Well, if I do, listen.
Hey, but people are always going to judge, because I've been told by female and males that I would never find a woman with no kids, because that was my standard.
That's crazy. But see,
I didn't have kids, and I was looking for a woman that had kids. Didn't give a fuck who gave a fuck about it.
That's
but
like
that's
a
dumb.
40-year-old virgin looking
How was
for
that
another
stupid?
40-year-old virgin.
How was that stupid? There was no way, and I had my mind set on it. If I get into a relationship, I don't want her to have kids.
No, I'm not
I
saying,
want us to have our first kid together.
But I'm not saying
and
your
as a
pick is
41-year-old
stupid.
man, they said that wasn't realistic, but I found it.
I'm not saying your pick is stupid. I guess it's because I know women, and I'm friends with women, and I know plenty of women who
And
are
they all got kids.
And no, I know some. That's why do people think that? I know plenty of women who are.
No, I was
40
wondering why you objected to what I said.
Yeah, because I know plenty of women who are between 30 and 40 who don't have kids, who have great fucking jobs.
So what was stupid?
Before somebody to be like, well, you ain't never gonna find a woman with no
Oh, okay.
kids.
I thought you meant what I said. I said, why the fuck is that stupid?
No.
You just said we wasn't judging
No,
people.
I said that's stupid for people to say.
Okay.
That's like when people say, well, you ain't gonna find no nigga with no kids. I know plenty of dudes who ain't got kids.
Okay.
Like, maybe it's
because you had braids.
They just got out of prison. That's why.
not even a lot of
They went in when they were 17.
A lot of niggas in prison got kids. I mean,
Hello.
prison means absolutely fucking nothing.
Nothing.
How you having kids in prison?
You had them before you went.
I'm getting a shot of your
Hello.
drink.
You got out for a minute. Most people who are in prison have been in and out.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
It's not like all have
That
been in
is
there for a
true.
consecutive amount of time. They've
I don't
been
know.
in
I've
and
never
out
been
of
in prison.
You've been locked up before, but you've seen them niggas.
I did 30 days in the county.
You did
Probation
30.
violation.
You did that 30
Hold
hold your
It ain't
hold
one
your
guy that was
head.
there up in
I did
Chicago.
30 days twice, and I'm proud of it.
Listen,
And
hold
you
your
still
head.
and you still ain't got no kids, so we just want to make this
Damn,
clear out
Pam did more time than you did.
Hold your head, Ron.
Pam did more time than you, Ron.
Who the? Hey,
Listen, Pam like that little ass shit 65 days.
She was like, I did 300.
I did 30 in my
36
20s and
months.
30 in my 30s. I ain't doing none in my 40s.
What I say
Fuck
earlier,
that.
if you know your DLC number, then we know.
Listen, this is-
904562
This is how we know.
I wasn't in there long enough to memorize mine. I don't even know if you.
Right. What you say?
I don't even know if you get one in the county, but I didn't know
You
it.
don't.
You gotta do hard.
That fool said they go by your name. Call Ron.
You gotta do hard time. to get a
Get Ron
DLC.
about that self.
Oh my God.
No, but I don't know. I believe in whatever fits your situation, whatever works for you. And then who knows? Like sometimes when people, all of us, when we have a certain standard for anything, for this is how I want this to go and this is how I want this to go,
It ain't gonna happen.
it happens a different way. Like you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. That's what happens.
That's what I was thinking earlier when you said that you want something to be a certain way, or when you really want something really bad, you want it. But I'm here to tell you, you don't, because once you get it, you don't want it anymore. Because not because you've gotten it, but because you wanted it so badly that it took so long to get it that once you got it, it wasn't what you expected. Because
You trying to say I don't want my baby girl?
not.
I'm about to fight you across the table.
I'm not
right
saying you don't want your
now.
baby girl. And I'm not saying I don't want my son, because it did take me 19 years to get him. But that little boy, I'm here to tell you, he worked my damn nerves, and he ain't nothing but 6 months
Hey,
old.
boys
Oh,
is
shit.
so much easier than little girls.
They
I'm
are.
just saying
Don't
they
say
are
that.
so
They
much
are.
easier than little girls.
I would love to have another kid. I would love to have a girl.
I'm
Please
done.
have them while your son is young.
I'm done. I'm
yeah,
done.
I don't want to do the whole.
I'm telling you, at 30 some years old, being pregnant was harder on me than in my 20s. I would be pregnant in my
absolutely
20s.
Well, see, I was never pregnant in my 20s, so I wouldn't have.
I was
anything
pregnant
to-
in my teens, and I'm
God
not
damn.
ashamed to say it.
This fool said, "Listen, I know the different fields."
I was pregnant in my teens. I was pregnant in my 20s.
Me too. Me too.
So,
we were pregnant at the same time. matter of
I've
fact.
been pregnant in my 30s.
Just not by the same
But
dude. Let
one
me
thing
make that
I
real
will
clear.
say
Let me
is
make
clarify
real
that.
clear. People gonna be calling in like, "Hey, was it the same?" No, not at all. Not at
one
all.
thing that I will say is I thank God for all of my children.
Yeah.
I have not had a hard pregnancy.
Mm.
I have not had a hard delivery. And I am thankful to God that I have delivered 4 healthy children.
Awesome.
In
So she
both.
just spend them out at the house, no complications. That's
at
what's
the
up.
house.
This was
In the
saying, it's
bathtub.
time.
Ready. Pew!
Hey, they cut like a Martin when he cut that.
I caught him. That's what's up. That's what's up.
My birth canal is still intact.
Let me ask
Mine
a question
too.
since we're talking about
Mine
babies.
was that,
Well, because I was thinking mine is too, since I had 6 C-sections, so I ain't never had a baby. So let me just
Hello.
make it real
Hello.
clear that I get the love
I ain't
all
never
the
had
time.
one.
Let me just make that real clear. People be like, "Oh, you got 6 kids?" Like, no, you don't. No, you don't, honey. You don't feel like you had one. That's right. I do my Kegels often. Thank you.
Oh shit.
Kegels are important.
They are.
Very important.
This is
Ron.
it's a special
Kegels?
message.
I thought it was
Boy.
Kegels. See, I can't read.
Kegels.
It's all of
Clench
the above.
that
I thought it was
shit
Kegels.
while you pee.
Kregels.
That is important.
Hey, remember the jewelry store in Indian Springs? Kregels.
Kregels.
Hey,
Get an egg, put an egg in there, hold it in there, whatever you got to do.
Oh my God, an egg?
Not a real one.
What?
You made me spill my drink
So
on
you
that.
gonna get a fake one?
Not a real one.
No.
What?
Have you guys not?
What the
want-
fuck is a fake egg?
She want a Cadbury
There-
bunny egg.
I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
shot-
the only one that knows about these things.
Fake
That-
eggs?
No, they're vaginal eggs. It's a little vaginal egg that you put up inside of you and you hold it in there. Why am I the only one?
They like Benoit balls,
Thank
basically.
you. Thank you. That's exactly
Benoit.
Yes.
The fuck is that?
That's so that
I don't know shit.
Hey,
I
Big
just learned I
Booty
didn't know
Judy.
shit.
Big Booty Judy, listen to me real quick. I want you to go to Priscilla's down there on 78th and ask them for the balls, okay? I want you to carry them balls around and you for like
Shit, I'm gonna go pick them up. What they called?
Benoit balls.
How much they go?
$29.99.
They ain't for you.
Yeah,
They not for you.
I know they ain't for me. I'm gonna get them for her.
No,
when
they're
I
for
tell
him,
you,
because once
she done
uses
carried them
they're
around
for
for a
him.
week
They're for him, but they're
on
not
the
for him.
inside.
Right.
Without letting them fall out.
I mean, if he wants to put them
You're
in,
gonna be a
he
whole
just gonna have
new
to put them in
man
an
when she
exit
see you
instead
on
of.
Saturday. I
Oh
promise.
my
We ain't
god.
going that route.
I'm just saying, if that's what he want to do, I don't judge.
that
We
is.
just said we don't judge. So I don't judge. Okay.
I did
I
say
can't
this is a free
stand
zone.
y'all.
I did say that. We ain't doing. Hey, we are not.
Whatever makes it work. I mean,
But
you
if,
know what I'm saying?
but listeners, if that's what you choose to do, nothing is wrong
Right,
with
if
that.
that's what you're
do
into,
you?
That's right.
Go ahead and hit me up on Instagram.
You know what?
My name is Extraordinarily Lovely, or you can hit me up on Twitter.
Hey, this fool got.
I thought it was Almond
Hey,
Brown.
this fool got 50 names. They're gonna be like, we don't know who to contact.
What the fuck happened to Almond Brown? What the?
Almond Brown is on Snapchat and what's that other shit called? Because I'm on all the
Instagram.
stuff. Yes.
You so
Twitter.
almondy.
Listen, don't. That boy came through with that.
Oh my
That
god.
boy said, "Look at you, Chocolate Brown. Almond Brown. You so.
Let me help you with your little test. Oh my god.
Listen.
That nigga check something on this shit too. Oh shit.
Okay, I think we done talked about Martin on every show or close to every show.
That's what
Shout-
we grew up watching. Of course, we're going to talk
Shout
about
out
it.
to Martin.
Yeah.
Please don't bring it
Body
back.
Mar.
Please
Bring
don't
that shit
it.
back. I'm
Please
ready.
don't bring it back. It'll
I'm
be
ready.
trash.
Hey,
Leave it
they
alone.
brought Roseanne back, and I love Roseanne.
Right.
Who
That's
you
why she
are.
off the air
Listen.
now with her racist ass.
Listen,
I don't think she was really racist, personally.
I personally think she really was.
No, the old lady was ugly. That she
Because
talking about.
that shit don't come out right.
And we did talk about that on the show. She kind of did look like what she said, but
I'm saying
but
she-
Roseanne couldn't say it.
Why? 'Cause
It's
she
a
white?
double standard, yes, but she couldn't say it.
Man,
So
I don't
you
believe
saying
that.
Roseanne couldn't say it, but like
If a black woman had said she looked like a mug, everybody would be like, oh shit, they
Oprah
motherfucker,
coulda
she
said
do.
it.
Yes, she
or
got away with
Gail
it.
could have said it.
Okay,
Yes.
but see, Roseanne feels
Or
like...
Tiffany Haddish.
Race
coulda said
relations in this country are too tense to have that.
I agree they are, especially being
That
a
was the
white
reason.
woman that has biracial children.
Mhm.
It is very hard for us. I will say that
it.
because
She swear.
I'm what?
this fool said.
She said, nigga, I'm what?
I love this. This is great.
Take these headphones off.
No, Roseanne did fuck up, and I grew up.
All the
I
way.
still watch Roseanne.
I
Like,
love
I
it.
do.
I love Roseanne.
I liked
She's
Roseanne back
still
in the
fucked
day.
up.
I
Like,
still,
either
yeah,
way
I didn't
goes.
watch it after she won the.
I didn't watch
That
the
shit was
reboot.
trash.
I didn't watch the reboot either. I wasn't interested. Just
I
like
watched
I didn't
it.
watch the
I
reboot
did.
of
I watched
Will
the
and Grace.
reboot.
And I loved it. It was great, and it
Was it
brought.
really?
Yes, it really was, and I'm disappointed they took her off.
It was good, but to me, it wasn't great. It wasn't. If it's not broke, don't fucking fix it. Martin, please don't bring that shit back.
Please don't.
You got to think too. The dynamics have changed.
So different.
It's totally different. Tommy's gone. Let's not do
he
that.
dead to death, and we still don't know what he did.
Dead
for
to
him.
death.
Oh, when they found out what he did, he worked with. They found out what that boy did.
He did some shit he ain't never gonna do before
Hey,
besides die.
Listen, that boy said, "I work at the." He said, I got a new job." Who said, "Where you work, Tommy?" That boy said, "Well, you remember the old white building that was right there? I work at the black building now."
I remember that one.
But yet again, nobody knows what it was that Tommy did. Tommy was a dope dealer. I don't even know why y'all playing. Tommy deal dope.
You know,
okay?
in that one Christmas
he was
episode,
either the
worked for
middleman
Boys
or the
Club.
in between man, but he
worked for
deal
the
dope.
children's
I don't know about no dope.
I don't think he said
All right,
that.
speaking of reboots, I seen something where they're talking about living singles coming back.
I
just
would
was
love
fixing to
that.
say that,
Like
and
they
I
need
don't.
that because
No.
when
You don't
I
want
say
that?
people
No.
are so misdirected
No.
now.
No.
when it
Living
comes
Single
to-
was a good show. The dynamics
was
couldn't
a
change
really
with Living
good
Single.
show.
There's still single
No.
people
They're
alive.
bringing back Murphy Brown too.
You
and
know what they
and
need
I'm
to
not
bring
for
back
that
though?
either.
No,
A different
no.
motherfucking world. to show that you don't have to be twerking and have ass implants and breast implants and be trying to fuck a rapper in order to get somewhere in life. To where a college education will get you to where you want to be. Because it's not only the education, but it's the connections that you make while you're there at school that will help you progress in life. It doesn't necessarily have to be, oh, I'm naked on the internet, or I'm naked on TV, or I'm fucking and sucking this, or whatever that.
They're taking all of that stuff out. They're
I
starting
would
to really
agree to a different world reboot, but Whitley didn't age well. Hey, they might hate me for that statement, but she really did.
She did not.
And I loved Whitley back in the day, but
she did not.
She had too much of her Caucasian blood in her.
She did not age well.
And it shows.
Dang.
Whitley aged like
okay.
a carton of milk.
Don't age
I mean,
because
look at Whitley and then look at Halle Berry.
Like, I don't
and
even know she was mixed.
Both of them are mixed.
Oh, Halle Berry aged well.
And look at Halle Berry. Completely different. Like, Whitley looks like somebody done chewed her up, spit her out,
was it
ate her,
and
then shit her out again.
No offense. I'm just.
Oh, I don't take any offense at all. Trust me. I've been friends with her for 20 years. Trust me. I don't take nothing offense.
And I have no filter.
No, she sure don't.
God bless you.
She will tell me in a
I
hot
was about
second.
to say.
She'll tell me, you're acting a little too
Oh,
white.
y'all gonna give her accolades?
Hell yeah,
Listen.
nigga, you done had my plate for 2 years and still ain't brought it back.
I
And told me
ain't
what she.
That's why you ain't got no dishes.
She walked out this house and told me she wasn't bringing it back. I'm like, nigga, I only got 4
but
plates.
at least I was honest though.
Wow.
Like, I could have lied
But
and
he
told
don't
him,
have
okay,
no
I'll bring your
dishes.
plate
How
back
do you tell a
tomorrow.
nigga with 4 plates you ain't bringing one back?
Right, you know he don't got no dishes.
It didn't match the place that he already had any fucking way, so he wouldn't have missed it.
I think that none of them match. That's not the point.
That's the point.
But I called him while I was at IKEA one Saturday, and he didn't answer the phone.
Said IKEA.
I was at IKEA. I was gonna buy him a whole set. I was gonna buy him the plates, the bowls, the dishes, all of that. But he didn't answer the phone, so that is not
You
my
still
fault.
know I
that
needed
he's
him. You
not
coulda
here
came by.
at
Are
this
you sure
point.
it was a whole set? Because I sent my husband to
The whole
Bath
set.
and Beyond to buy a whole set, and he had it ordered and sent to the house, and it ended up being 1 plate, 1 cup, 1 bowl, and 1 saucer.
Ain't
Oh,
nobody-
my God.
Ain't nobody.
Swear to God, it was $32.
Not too much on my bro-in-law. Like, not too much on him. He is not here to defend himself, so I'm not gonna let you do that to him.
but he will
I'm not gonna
tell
let you do
you.
that to him.
He will
I'm just
tell
not.
you. He was
I'm
like,
not gonna
it
let
was
you
a
do
set.
that to him. I'm not
A
gonna let you
set
do
to
it.
me would be
She
4
can't do
plates.
it. But you
It
turn the
was.
mic off.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
ain't gonna let her do
I'm
that
about to say,
him.
technically, it was a set.
It is. That's what I told him. He did good.
He did all right.
It was a set, but it just happened to be one.
Yeah, set for one.
That is
It wasn't for 4 people. He wouldn't have got a
I
set.
called this nigga from IKEA because I want to know what color he wanted. Like, what color go in his
so she
kitchen.
tried to redeem herself.
If
I
he don't
did.
have
I was
no
gonna buy
dishes,
him
I
a
don't
whole
think it
set
matters.
to replace the one plate that I kept. But I also told him when I took that plate that I wasn't bringing that plate back.
But
So
this-
A
technically
nigga with no
you didn't have
dishes
to
ain't gonna be
redeem
mad
yourself.
about the
That's
color.
what I'm saying.
Just come on with
Just
it.
pick a color. You could have went to
okay.
the.
Why am I be mad about the color?
You could have
Because
went to
I didn't know if
Goodwill.
he had a chicken time
Exactly.
or what. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that it was some shit that it would have been that he done picked out so that I wouldn't cause no discord.
Well, his
You know what I'm
curtains
saying?
are
And
cream and green and burgundy.
his
I'm
mama
just gonna-
gave him them curtains.
Okay, and them
I
curtains.
bought them curtains.
But let me tell you, them curtains
look
wasn't
pretty.
here. Them curtains wasn't here.
Them curtains is
They,
When we
need-
was
they probably
talking
need to be
about
washed
replacing
now,
person.
but my mama ain't give me them curtains.
Ron said, "Mom curtains."
well,
She was with me when I bought them, but
burgundy.
His mama
burgundy.
picked out them
This-
curtains.
I
y'all.
say burgundy dishes. I just want to throw that out
She
there
said,
for you.
"Ron."
Burgundy.
Nigga, curtains.
Mama Ron picked out them curtains, y'all. I just want y'all to know that.
I mean, I noticed when I walked in and I saw them curtains, I knew automatically.
I
that
mean,
there had
don't
to be
nobody-
a woman here.
don't nobody buy 2-piece kitchen curtains.
no, hold on.
got
You
to
know
be
what? I gotta go
old.
there.
I'm just saying.
I gotta go there now.
Now, did you hang up the things or was they already there? Because I see there's. Some
He hung them up because wasn't no
Yeah,
wasn't
they
no
was there.
curtains in here when I
Okay,
first got
all right,
here.
I was just saying.
Wasn't no curtains in here when I first visited.
I knew
Yeah, I
that-
hung them up.
This
In
was-
every room, I hung them up. I got
This-
different curtains, too, in the bedroom.
This is a woman's touch. So you can tell me all day long you picked these curtains out,
His mama picked them out.
but I don't believe it.
So technically, you didn't have to buy the plates because you told me you wasn't going to bring it back.
She
On
wasn't
the
gonna buy them
other
anyway.
hand-
She's just
on
using
the-
that as an excuse. I know her.
On the other hand, if someone didn't answer the phone, the choice would be black or white because.
But black and white don't match shit in this kitchen though. is
He
what
don't
I'm
have
saying.
dishes, so
But-
it don't matter.
But
I was about to say,
right,
she
I was
been
about to
in
say,
here.
But did the dish you took match anything?
She looked at me like, shut up, nigga. Hey, you know what? Hey, we ain't gonna.
She wasn't gonna buy you dishes.
I will say this.
I was gonna buy him dishes.
No, you wasn't.
Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't.
You don't know.
She said, "You want to go see that shit anyway."
I've been your friend for 20 years. You
Go
won't
home.
have no dishes.
Go home.
She said, "You wasn't getting that shit back."
What time you leaving?
I gotta ask this question: why, when it comes to women, if they go to a man's house, if they see anything that's even remotely nice, they say a woman lives here, or a woman picked that up?
Why? Because
Not
it's-
necessarily.
Why do y'all do that to
Because
us?
it's the truth. Because I've been to plenty of dudes' houses that they didn't have sheets on their damn bed. They was hanging the sheets on the wall. Okay, and I look, I had to turn around and leave. Like, no, I can't mess with you. But that is my number one. Look, I got 3 rules in my life. I'm gonna tell you. Number 1 rule: you got to be taller than me to ride this ride. That's just how it's always.
How
gonna
tall
be.
are you?
I'm
Okay.
5'1", so you haven't got lots to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 2, you got to weigh more than me to play with me. That's my number 2 rule.
This writing it down.
And number 3, you gotta have sheets on your bed.
Yeah.
Not on your walls, not hanging in the shower
that's trash.
for a shower curtain.
Like blinds at Walmart are like $3. People, come on,
I mean,
we can do it.
No, they ain't.
Yes, they are.
you can
But they
have
really
sheets
are, though.
hanging
I know.
on.
Yes, they
I don't know
are.
where I got these blinds, but they went no goddamn $3.
Family
Because
Dollar.
you didn't buy no vinyl ones.
But this is my thing. You can have
The
sheets
cheapest
hanging
one
on your
you can
window,
get is like
but you
$3.
They're
gotta
like
still have
$3.
sheets on your bed.
Yes.
They
What's
are
the difference?
$3.
What is vinyl?
The type of material.
Ron
They
is,
are.
Ron is Bougetto.
How come they wasn't $3 then?
Because you didn't go to Walmart.
Right.
You went somewhere else.
No, it's because
Bougetto.
the size of his window, probably.
Nah, they're
They was
3.
They was probably
No,
the 5.
he's
9, 5
Bougetto
These are 3.
is what I'm telling you.
I just went and got
Ron
some in
is
my bathroom.
Bougetto.
They're 3.
Don't let the
I
smooth
know one
taste
thing.
fool you,
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, you know. Hey.
Don't let the smooth
Okay.
taste fool you. Ron is Bougetto, okay?
But
No.
that is why. Because normally that's the first thing a
Walmart.
woman does. When she walks into a room, whether it be a single man that claims he's single, she's going to look for a touch of a woman so that she knows if a woman has been there once before.
All right.
Right.
You got to give
The
us some
room
tips.
needs
Help
to
out
be-
the fellas. What's the touch of a woman?
room needs to be
Girl code.
clean. It needs to
Girl
smell
code? Okay. All right.
good.
We ain't doing too much.
Okay.
We ain't doing too much.
And
So if it smell good, is a woman been there?
We got
not necessarily.
We got, hey,
but a woman
She
is
ain't
gonna
listening.
say,
She ain't listening.
girl, listen.
No, we gotta know.
Some shit on this show I don't give out because women, I feel like we gotta. You and 19, right?
but she done already said it though. If it's curtains, is a woman been there?
That's
Whether
it.
It's
That's
been
all we
his
giving.
sister, whether it's been his sister, his mama, his auntie, his cousin, his play cousin, his play sister.
That's how we giving y'all. We
If
giving
it's
y'all curtains.
Curtains.
We giving y'all curtains talking. That's
A
it.
woman's
Listen,
been there.
Cause y'all don't be giving us too much for us.
And
To,
dishes.
we ain't giving you nothing.
And dishes.
Why we giving some?
Because we already talked about
Oh,
the
we
dishes.
did. You
a
right.
matching
So
set.
you know it ain't a woman's
If it's
touch when
a
I ain't got no
matching
dishes.
If it's a matching set,
Yeah. If the set match. Okay, we on
That's
curtains
easy.
and
You
dishes.
buy a matching set, they go come in a matching set.
No,
so
no,
that don't
no.
mean a woman did it.
No.
what I'm
You
saying
can go
is,
buy a 40-piece box.
Big
We can
Booty
tell the
Judy don't
difference
spend
between
enough
the 40.
time here in the house because you ain't got no dishes. If you spend some real time here in the house, you will have some dishes.
How long you been living here?
This
It'd be 4
nigga done been
years.
here since fucking Quentin had just got potty trained. I promise. Like Quentin was fresh out of pull-ups
Man,
when
ruin
we
a man.
did that. Fucking what was it? What
Hell
video
no,
was
that was
we did?
probably like 3 years ago.
Hey, my baby was fresh out of pull-ups. I promise.
How old is he?
He young enough.
See, he's
Mind
young
your
enough.
business. Mind your business, man. Mind your business.
Yeah, that's the homie too. That's the homie. That's the dude.
He was like, look at little OG over
Okay,
here.
let me go look in
Savage.
your fridge and then I will know for real.
Girl, I ain't
Oh,
nothing
you
in
gonna know
there.
ain't no woman here if you look in there.
You gonna think you at Lowe's shopping for a refrigerator. If you gonna look in that
It used to didn't be like that until chicks stopped selling me food stamps. I refused to go to the grocery
Hey,
store.
let me tell you, every other day he used to post a picture on Facebook with all the pink wrapped meat paper that he done got from fucking Happy Foods, because he done went to Happy Foods and cleaned up on they 79-cent wings and thighs and legs.
79
and shit.
cents? You crazy.
Hey man, let me tell you something. I look out for themselves, okay? Like
Yeah,
I be
me
doing
too.
the most
My
looking out for
refrigerator used to be
themselves.
the most beautiful
His
sight in the
refri-
world. Now,
his refrigerator used to be stocked. Like he used to make it a point to post his refrigerator on Facebook of all the cleanings up and whatnot that he done did from fucking Happy Foods when they be having their sales and shit. Apparently,
the
his
past year and a
ass,
half, it's been a drastic change.
he ain't had time to go to Happy Foods because
Because
he ain't got shit.
And
in
how long
there.
you been with your girlfriend? A year and a half?
No, longer than that.
Oh.
Almost 3 years.
Oh.
Right. Ain't no excuse. Because she ain't looking for shit to cook.
No, she don't buy. She got her own house. We gonna live together. So she don't grocery shop for me. She'll buy a meal and cook it that day, but she ain't gonna stock my refrigerator. I don't want her to either. You know what I mean?
Mama
That's not her
Bird
responsibility.
Mama Bird. Where is Mama Bird?
She at the house.
I don't have time. I gotta go to the grocery store and do all my shopping at once, so my refrigerator be packed until the kids come home and eat it all up.
Let me tell you something. I went to
Hey,
Dallas.
let me tell you something weird about me and my girl. If I go out there right now, ain't shit in her refrigerator either. Not because she can't buy it, but she don't.
It's because you guys live separately in separate houses, and you
Yeah,
don't
it's like
have
we
children.
living like single lives until we come together.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
basically.
And we don't have any kids. We don't have anybody to feed.
And
I
didn't
could
wanna
stop by and
say you
spend
were
$5.
single, but yeah, that it resembles single life.
Yeah.
It
I
does.
do realize
Yeah, 4
that
days
I
out of the
eat-
week it does.
I eat a whole lot more and I eat out a whole lot more when I don't have my 10-year-old at home. Like, because my baby girl, she eats like whatever I give her.
Mhm.
So it's like I don't do a whole lot of cooking at home because my 10-year-old don't be there. He's going to school from the city from his daddy house. So it's like it's just me and my baby girl. So it's like we stop somewhere real quick, grab something to eat. But I like to cook. So before
Well, I don't know how to cook. So that's just, when I was buying food,
it was
I can't
for-
cook shit. I'm a
It was
breakfast
for
man.
your mama to
Only
cook,
thing I can
wasn't
cook.
it?
Okay,
It was for
that's
your mama to
cooking.
cook, right?
I would stock my refrigerator and call people over here on the weekends, and sometimes they wouldn't answer the phone because they knew I was calling them like, hey,
Damn.
come by cook. I got whatever
You
you want to
never call
cook.
me?
Come take it out.
You ain't never call me.
Yeah, you
love to
did. You
cook.
came over a lot. Well, I didn't call you to cook, but you
Right.
used to come over and mess with me.
And
you don't
I
do it no
would've-
more.
I would have came over here and cooked
Don't
if
they
that's
got
what
some
you
site
wanted.
for that, where people come to your house and cook? Maybe they could turn that into a dating site. To where
Why?
that's- Because I'm just thinking that maybe someone might like
People
that.
come to your house and cook.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
could be like a dating site. It could be like a way to date
Hey,
people.
Well, if
She
I was
need to
single, if a
peg
motherfucker
that
come in here cooking, it's gonna be a dating
copyright.
site.
That's what I was out of there for somebody to steal her idea
I
right
like-
now.
I like men. She does. You definitely need to do that. That is
That's
a good
what
idea.
I'm just thinking.
I love men that know how to cook.
I do too.
I think the reverse roles are just like,
I do too. I think,
well, not super reversed, but
Right.
Men
My
who know how
dude
to
don't
cook-
necessarily. Hey, attention, America.
attention America.
My potential mate does not necessarily have to know how to cook, but please be able to boil water. Like, that's all I need you to do. That's the beginning point. Like, I'll teach you the rest of it.
I just want you to put the toilet paper back on the roll.
Please. Oh my God. And put the toilet seat down.
I didn't even gotta put the toilet seat down, but just every so often wipe the toilet seat down from where you pissed on the upper side of
And
it.
you know what? I'm not gonna sit here and admit. Well, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I piss over like all over the toilet. I've been trained,
you do.
but I do clean the shit out
He
of the
don't
toilet.
wanna
But one thing
admit
I
it,
don't
y'all.
do is I don't drop it. Like, that's just a habit for us. And
Probably I
y'all,
can drop
You know
it.
what?
y'all get so I don't drop
Oh,
this.
the
I don't drop the lid. Y'all get so angry at us for that. But we,
Because it's
Trash.
nothing
Because
worse.
Ryan, when we have sleep and we gotta go pee,
Right.
like
it's
we don't want to
cold.
fall in the toilet.
Right.
I don't.
that's why you gotta
personally-
date big booty
listen,
girls.
I don't personally have that problem.
I'm about to say.
but I have heard that people have had that problem.
Only
where
chicks
they
that weigh
fall.
90 pounds is falling in
I
that
don't,
toilet.
I don't give a damn how big your ass is. I do not want to sit on the rim of
Thank
something that you
you.
pissed on.
Thank
and we
you.
all know when
I
y'all
clean it up real
regardless,
good.
whatever, you don't
Regardless.
clean it up after
I
every
agree.
piss.
I've
I
had
agree.
situations
Yeah, I
where
do.
I have
Yeah, I do.
cleaned the toilet and didn't put the toilet seat down and then went in there in the middle of the night and the toilet seat ain't down and I didn't had to pee and it just wasn't no real difference. I'm just saying. I'm just being completely
I
honest.
refuse. I got OCD real bad, and I'm telling you, when I go over somebody's house, real talk, I do. I'm like, if I go over a dude's house, like, I'm looking at your bathroom and your kitchen. It doesn't fucking matter. If I go over anybody's house, I don't give a fuck how close I am with you. If your kitchen and your bathroom is there, I ain't eating a gut of fry out that bitch. And I don't.
What does the bathroom have to do with cooking?
Because
Because
those
if
are the
it's not
two.
how
clean,
clean
Those
you
are the
that's
two
the-
cleanest places in your house that it should be. Is
Your
your
bathroom
bathroom and your
kitchen.
kitchen.
Yeah,
And
I
I don't.
agree.
And
Your
Men don't go that
bedroom
far,
can
but
be
we will check
trash.
y'all microwave.
Shut your mouth.
We
No,
will.
Y'all don't. No, you don't.
I'll check your microwave.
That's funny because
I
now
will.
I'm gonna start paying attention to stuff like that.
See, I clean my microwave.
Men, and you know what? Y'all didn't give out no secrets. I fucked up and gave that out.
Thank you.
I know a lot of men are like me. I'm gonna look at your microwave.
I clean out my microwave.
I don't give a damn if your stove is clean, no dishes in the sink. If that microwave got like 60 different types of food just splattered everywhere, you nasty.
Your stove and everything else. My mom used to, after we cleaned up the dishes, cleaning up the dishes
Is one
when my
thing.
mom said wash the dishes, she didn't mean just wash the dishes.
She meant
wash
dry
the
them and
dishes
put them away.
and do the backboard. The backboard was
Yes.
everything. the counter, the
Wipe off
refrigerator,
the faucets. Yes.
sweep. And if you had time, mop that bitch. If it was like sometime with pasta, mop the bitch because that's what
and
you had to do.
hit the walls behind the trash can.
Hit the walls. Hit the walls. I didn't have that situation.
What y'all doing? Missing the trash can? Y'all shooting jumpers and shit?
Anytime
It's dirty behind the trash can?
Anybody's house,
you'd be surprised.
Yeah, anybody's house that I go to. See
You're right.
what I mean? These are things that other people don't pay attention to.
Where your trash can at? Let me look.
Listen.
On the other side of that water.
Listen, doors. Door handles.
Yes.
If your door handle
light
is super
switches.
dirty, light switches.
Light
we couldn't
switches.
get that. We couldn't get that shit out.
Door handles.
Door handles for people's touching them.
We talked about you having.
What?
We talked about you having OCD about certain things. I have OCD about certain things too.
Yeah, I ain't never paid attention to the door handles.
Because
I
you
might have to.
and you should. When you go over somebody's house, if you look like my
Get
mom
a
was
Clorox
bad with
wipe.
chandeliers. If your fans,
Oh, my ceiling fan's dirty as fuck. I
Listen.
won't even lie.
listen,
in the bathroom. This is let me tell you. Let me tell you. This is the thing. My husband does this, and it drives me batshit crazy. When he goes to the bathroom to pee, he puts his hand on the fucking wall.
on the wall.
And he puts it in the same damn spot every
Yeah,
single
yeah.
time. I don't know why. He'll lean.
It's a man
It
thing.
must be. So
But it's that print.
that's that print.
It's that
You
print
you
that's
leave
there
it alone.
every time you
Every
use
time.
it in that spot, and it's kind of like, dude, or anybody.
Hey,
It's
the
just-
reason I know because I'm worse. Like, trust me, don't get mad at him about the hand because you know. Look, I swear to
Right
God,
the
because
hand.
me, it's my right arm.
It's your right arm. It's the whole
My
arm.
whole fucking arm. And then every once in a while, I don't even know if Tasha noticed it, but every once in a while I go in there and it's like a dirty ass arm print on there.
Yeah, and that's
and
what we
I
talking
just wipe
about.
it off.
That's
Because
what we talking about.
Yeah.
You should wipe it off because you're the one that put it there. I didn't put it there. I don't lean on no wall.
I'm just saying, he just put the hand. I got a whole arm on that motherfucker.
there was a meme.
But
There
maybe
was
that
a
means something. That means you leaning in a lot more than he is.
Oh, shit, I'm told on myself.
there was a meme, and it was a picture of a toilet, and it said, "If a chick does not clean this part of the bathroom, you
Those
know
little
she
screws
nasty."
on the side.
My question was, so me and this dude got into it. The dude who made the post, I don't give a fuck. I get into it with people all the time. It makes my day.
I need to add you on Facebook.
Me
Please
too.
do. I get into
Me
it with people
too.
all the time. So when I looked, I said, that is not a woman. If a woman is pissing there, she needs to go see a doctor, perhaps a gynecologist, because she should not be pissing there. That
What
is
if he was
what.
talking about her kids?
That is what you.
I think I seen that meme. He don't just mean she was
Nah,
pissing there.
that is what you look at when you
The
go over a
point of it
dude's
is-
house.
Yes,
That
down
is
there
something
where
you
the
look
Okay.
at when you go
is
to a
at.
dude's house. I look down there.
Mhm.
If it is dirty down there, nigga, you're trifling. Dudes seem to think.
No, that's
Nope,
false.
nope.
That's
Dudes
false.
lies.
False.
Dudes seem
False.
to think
False.
that females don't pay attention to shit like this. Y'all
Absolutely.
crazy if you think a woman
They go
should.
through your medicine cabinet. They look under your sink. They look in your shower
You're
when they go to use the bathroom.
You're crazy to think that we don't expect the same out of you. Like when dudes say shit like, females, y'all should eat more fruit. Nigga, you should too.
Right.
When dudes say shit like, y'all gotta keep it clean down there. Nigga, you should too. One thing about women is we don't want to hurt a dude's ego. So you stroke that shit and you
Yeah,
don't
but
tell-
hold on. About them goddamn screws, sometimes we go in there. Sometimes we might have a morning
Ron
wood.
said it.
We
Ron
take a
said
piss.
it. Ron said it.
Yeah, I'm going to say it.
Because he about to.
I'm not ashamed of it. Sometimes you go in there, your first spray, your first
Your aim be off.
your first 0.7 seconds of your fucking piss
I don't give a fuck.
might go anywhere.
And
I
that's
just
great.
want you
And
to
sometimes
know-
we might just not notice it down there.
I
Nah,
just want you to
nah,
know
I see
that
it.
I
It's
applaud
seen.
you men for pissing because I tried to hold my husband's penis once for him to pee. And that's the hardest shit in the world is to direct that damn thing.
Yeah.
So I applaud you in that. But that still doesn't
She
mean
is
No.
such a fucking traitor. I swear to God.
Listen.
She's a traitor.
And listen, and feel good about anything you want to. My whole thing is I don't give a fuck if that shit is dirty. It doesn't matter. If there are
Just
certain
clean
things
it
that
up.
is
Just clean it
expected
up.
out of me to clean,
Yeah.
and I'm that way. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to have somebody come over my house. My son knows. Hey, take this shit to your room. Take it to your room. This is what we're gonna do because mommy. You know how mommy is. Mommy has OCD. So this is what you're going to do. And he works fine with me. He knows how we work
and he
well
won't
together.
grow up and be a
Because
good
you
man
trained
for
him.
that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
work well together. My brother was
trained
like
him.
that. We had to do
You train him, but once he get his own shit, it's no holds barred.
This is why I say the difference.
That he upholds that household.
Yeah, this is what
to a certain moniker that his mother has trained.
My brother. Listen, my brother is that way.
Beginning of our conversation.
My brother is that way.
There's not a man in America that you can go in his house. Like, let's just say, they got the blue light where they can, like, find sperm and all that type of shit. You're going to find a drop of piss in every man's house unless he's just, like, super OCD.
A drop is different when the shit has just been there and you could just tell, like, no one has attended to this.
But when it's still yellow, then there's a problem.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can tell the difference when someone has been here and cleaned up and just...
If I can tell you ain't drank water in 3 months...
Trash.
If you look at this toilet and the screw's not there...
If you piss
and the holes are filled up with piss, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Listen, if you piss
that's a totally
in
different
sink,
thing.
If you piss and I can smell the Hennessy from 2 days ago, we got a problem. I'm just saying.
Hey, nigga, I smell you from Mardi Gras.
I'm just saying.
The only thing that I'm saying is dudes seem to think, and I'm happy that I have 2 women here to testify to this. Dudes seem to think when you put all this pressure, like a woman should smell good and a woman should do this and a woman should do this. Because if I go down on a woman, well, you want a woman to go down on you. So,
right.
which means
the
that
standard
you need
is still the same.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna need you to drink your water. I'm gonna need you to eat
Faithfully.
your pineapples. And I'm gonna need you to wash that shit before I get there.
And I'm
so
not
when
talking
I
about
text
just that
you
shit, I'm talking
and
about
tell you
balls
that I'm on
and
on my way, you need to
Balls
go in the
and
bathroom and hit that shit with a soapy towel. Hit them balls.
Your
all of
asshole,
that.
everything.
All
I
of
want it
that.
all. I want it all.
All of that. Because if you
I love
think
that
you about
reference,
to
the
be,
soapy towel.
if
I
you
want it
about to
all.
be balls deep
It's just the
in
best
my
thing in the world.
esophagus, you need to make sure you hit that shit with that soapy towel.
Well,
That's
saying,
all I'm saying.
it's more than balls deep. It's balls and all deep.
balls and all.
So I'm gonna need it
Balls
to
and
all.
all.
I'm gonna need
If a nigga balls is going in, something's wrong.
No, it's not.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, you just ain't got the
No,
right
it's
one.
His balls shouldn't reach.
Nah,
No,
he just
you
ain't
just
trying
It
to
should be at
share
least
that
3
shit.
inches, but
He ain't trying to share that shit, but I bet
If you can
Big
go all the
Booty
way in,
Judy
your balls
is
is in
trying
there.
to swallow his
well,
motherfucking
yeah.
balls.
But it ain't even
and
gotta
he
be
hit
about
that shit
it
with a
all
soapy
going in
motherfucking
with the
towel
balls.
before she come up in this motherfucker and be like,
You can just do the balls by themselves.
I don't
They
give a
need
fuck.
attention too. I'm
Listen,
just saying they
the
need attention
area
too.
need, regardless on what is happening at this time. Everyone does different things,
I'ma
but
need
the
you to just
area,
you ain't about to hit my nose with no sweat.
the
I ain't about
area
to play
needs
that
to be
shit.
clean.
I'm gonna need you to shave, and if you
that's
can't-
why before sex you just clean up. Like,
well, you should.
who
That
has
is the
sweaty
point.
sex?
That
I
is
don't.
what we're
I'm not a
saying.
get off work and fuck nigga.
But what happens if you don't plan on it? If you in the house and you live with somebody, shit, sometimes that shit pop out.
That's relationship
Me and my
shit
girlfriend-
right
yeah,
there.
that's what I'm saying, relationship
Okay,
shit.
and if it's
Me and my girlfriend are
relationship sex,
terribly
then-
boring.
If it's
There's no
relationship
instant
sex, then you
sex.
expect-
Y'all have missions.
There's no
and shit.
instance. If we about to do it,
Okay, baby, we gonna have sex on Wednesday.
No,
at
not that way.
10:15.
No.
not that way. I just mean,
I'm
it's
I'ma
gonna
just,
be
need
there
I'ma
with no
need you
panties
right
on
now.
at
Listen to me.
11:45.
nah, we
on
both just get
Thursday.
prepared. We get our ass in the tub first.
Baby,
No,
I'm on my way.
This-
I ain't got no panties
This
on.
is a
Be ready
service
when I get
announcement.
there.
I need to make this very clear. I'm gonna need you
That's
as soon as this.
service announcement.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to make this very clear. As soon as this podcast is over, you
Uh-huh.
try to have a baby. So you need to go fuck her as soon as you leave from here. And I'm not talking about no baby, wake up, take a shower. I'm talking about I need you to go crawl in that motherfucking bed. I'm gonna need
Wake
you to
her
pull
up.
her panties
Wake
back.
her up with the dick.
And don't even ask her no questions. Grab her by the hair on the back of her head and slide that motherfucker in.
Slide it right on
Just
in.
slide it right on in. Say nothing to her.
See what I mean?
Don't say
Just
nothing to
fuck
her.
the shit out of her and then get up, put your
Choke
drawers
her a
on,
little
and go
bit.
home.
Yeah, don't nobody want to be told.
I am at home.
But listen,
Choke her
don't
a
nobody
little
want to be told like it's that time.
Bite
like
her on her
nigga,
back.
No, we don't need
And she
that.
said, and go
Suck
home.
some
Hell, I
toes.
am at home.
Leg her booty crack.
She in my house. She in the room.
you're ad-libbing.
Like you need to go in there and take all your clothes off before you even get in the bed.
Right,
Like
and you
just
need to wake her up and
buck
turn
ass
the light
fucking naked.
on
And when
and-
you crawl in the
No.
bed, I'm gonna need you to lick her from the ass crack to the nape of her neck, and then just slide
Take a
that shit
chance.
just
Maybe
right on
she
up
didn't
in there.
shower
Just
a minute ago.
She gonna wake up and be like, "Oh, daddy, shit."
And then you'll have a baby.
That's
Yep,
right.
Y'all
That's
gonna
how-
have a
that's how you
baby.
gonna do
Babies
it.
are
That's how
unexpected.
you make babies.
That's right. Cause see, when you
Yeah,
make
Ron, don't nobody want to be told, hey,
It's
what you doing?
It's
Nothing, what you
2:16.
doing?
I'm ovulating. I'm in heat. Can
I ain't
you
gonna lie. I'm the
please
type
come
of
give me
person I
your
go in there and
sperm?
tap on the shoulder like, hey, get in the tub. real
Don't
quick.
No,
don't
no.
tap her on the shoulder. Don't tap, Because let me tell you something.
Because we've been together. I know we've been out sweating all day.
But
Let's
it
go.
does not
It's okay.
require
It's not
soap and a towel for you to make a baby.
It's not.
And y'all been together. Y'all in a committed relationship, so you ain't never necessarily got to hit them balls with a soapy towel.
And if you
So
guys-
Yeah.
you can go in there and you can just slide on up in there
Hey,
while she
hey,
sleep, just like.
my girl don't play that shit. She asked me. She was like, hey, take care of your shit real quick.
well, she should.
So
as
you
a
just-
real
She don't want no
woman.
seasoning on them.
You just must have some extra salty balls or some shit.
I mean-
'cause
Hell yeah, if I sweat it, they salty.
Well, I'm just
have you been
saying
sweating?
The baby comes doing dirty
All
sex.
day.
that-
Like
yeah.
a
You need to
little-
have
a
like
little-
some
a
like
little
some dirty sex.
He might be
unexpected.
washing away whatever
Dirty
is
sex
there
makes
that he
babies.
needs to leave.
Let me
there.
tell you something. My last baby daddy
Like, listen,
bent
what I-
me over.
Yeah.
Like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, hey,
the
how
cleaning
you
is
doing?
if some extra shit is about to
And-
happen.
That's true. That's
The
true.
cleaning shit
I
is
had
when
a
you
baby.
just about to really get down.
I read a book
I
once.
can't
that-
stand your ass.
I
Wait
read
a minute,
book.
I was fucking a nigga raw for 8 years and didn't get pregnant. Didn't even have a scare.
I read
He
a
was
book,
coming all up in me and everything.
and this book
This
said
new
if you
nigga?
want to get pregnant with a certain sex child, douche with a Coke.
Don't listen
I got
to her.
plenty of coke in this
She
motherfucker.
white.
I was about to say,
Don't
listen,
listen to her.
She should have been pregnant.
if that's the
She
case,
got Caucasian vagina. Don't listen to
I
her.
work for Coca-Cola, so
Don't listen to
I would
her.
not put a coat.
I bring this shit to the house all the time.
I ain't say I ever did it because I
Hey,
did it. I
let
wanna
me
make
tell you
that
something.
clear, but
Let
I'm
me
just
tell
saying
you,
I read a
Coke
book about
cleans
it.
the erosion off of batteries.
Thank
I'm
you.
not putting that shit in my vagina.
But that
that
might
is
be
what
what
I'm
she
not
need.
about.
What she
doing.
need is for Ron not to tap her and for him to
Hey,
just go
I'm gonna
ahead
need
and
you
get
not
in
to
there.
be talking about big booty Judy snatch. That's
No,
what
I
I'm
don't
gonna
mean
need you
it
not
that-
to be
no,
doing.
No, I'm not talking bad
Her
about it.
shit worked
I'm
perfectly
trying to help
fine.
her get
What she
pregnant.
need is some impromptu, some little dirty
That's
Ron
what I'm
dick.
saying.
That's what she needs.
That's
She
what
Dirty
I'm
Ron.
saying.
She need a little
I'm
dirty
I'm gonna change my
Ron.
name to Dirty
Little
Ron.
dirty.
I'm trying to get him to
She
dirty
a
it
little
up.
dirty
I'm trying to
Ron.
get him to dirty
Hey,
it up.
why
That's
black
what it
people say it twice? Like when the name, little dirt, get it here,
I'm trying
get
to
it done. That's what
dirty
you
it
need.
up.
Yo, what's up, everybody?
See, you understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to get her to dirty it up. Don't always make it so clean.
Yeah, I agree.
It don't always gotta be
Yeah,
so clean.
I agree with saying like, hey, like the shit. I understand that that's what is going on. However, whatever you like to do and whichever way you like to do it is fine.
You
But
know what
it's-
else might
it's
help
the
you conceive?
unexpected shit that gets you.
If you go get a haircut, I
You
promise.
know what?
She'll be pregnant tomorrow.
Listen, and
Yeah,
if Ron cut his hair,
Got all to do with the dick.
listen, if Ron to cut his hair and nothing happened, that boy gonna be yo. Listen, I am.
Hey, let me tell you something.
real.
Ron is 162 years old, and he ain't had no kids, and he done had hair for 165 years.
Why don't you
I
make a bet
promise
with him?
if
Once
he
he gets her
go
pregnant, he gotta
cut
cut his
his
hair.
hair,
Oh.
Why don't
if
you
you
make
go
that bet?
cut your hair,
What the fuck does hair have to do with
They do say
sex?
when you cutting your
'Cause
hair changes
you
your
can't
life.
be my friend pulling up to the scene with the ceiling missing.
I'm
That's
just
all I'm
saying,
saying.
Listen, they say
Are you manscaping?
Hey, your ceiling ain't got that much for her to go either,
Hey,
girl.
baby, let me tell you, my ceiling is
Since we
full.
dissing.
My ceiling is full, okay?
And you got about
With-
7 inches up there,
with,
too.
With or without the weave, and I will have you know that I have a good 14 inches of this natural shit up in my shit.
That's the second
okay?
time you done dissed me. We about to fight tonight.
I'm just saying, but I love it's all I love.
No,
I know.
It's all I love.
Your mean ass.
It'll come when you give her when you stop
She,
scheduling.
hey, you know what? Tasha is
That's
so.
true.
Hey,
That
Tasha
is
the type of
true.
person gonna listen to this show and like be
Bad time.
sitting there blushing at her desk, even though nobody else knows she's listening to it because we talking about her.
It's gonna come when
We're
you
not
stop.
love
talking
you.
bad.
She gonna be
We're
like,
not talking bad.
wow.
I think your skin is like absolutely fucking
I've
gorgeous.
never
Listen,
met
Like
you,
I
but
don't
I'm
remember
not-
what your
I'm not
face
being
looked
mean.
like, but I do remember that you had some creamy
I'ma wake
motherfucking
her ass
chocolate
up.
skin,
Listen.
and you had a big old fat booty.
Listen.
So I was like, oh, that's so sweet. She like, oh, Ron, old dusty, crusty ass. That is so sweet.
Listen, my son to be like, "Ron, you schedule bath time? You scheduling bath time? Like, Ron scheduling bath time. He's like, you have to bath time?
That's
That's
just
exactly-
us. If I go in there and I get on, she's like, all right, hold on. She gonna go to the bathroom, be in there in like 30 minutes. This is
See?
her.
That's no.
So go in there with her.
Ain't like I'm making it up.
But listen, but even if you
With her,
was,
with her.
Either way, we still gonna be in there clean. She gonna be like, hold on, let's.
but even if you was like, no, I don't want you to take bath. You stop telling me.
That's
like,
gonna be
Tasha-
weird for
like
us.
Tasha, and do some weird shit and weird shit.
They-
Bring
Nah, I
flavor.
want it nasty.
Weird-
I want it
weird
salty.
shit.
Yes.
Weird,
Weird shit.
unpredictable
Bring
shit
babies.
makes
Yes.
babies.
There's-
So all y'all got kids because y'all just didn't take a bath.
No.
Listen, I had.
I mean,
Fuck that
to
shit,
be
listen.
completely honest, that shit was from the day before, like a motherfucker. Like I ain't even no fucking lie. Like I.
Bianca
got
didn't
out
admit
work.
to it, but
No,
Misty
I
did.
was about to. I was ready.
I had got off of work. Remember, I was working 2 jobs. I had a
8
full-time job, and then I had my part-time job. I had just got off work. I had went down to R&B's, and I had seen my baby daddy, and my baby daddy was like whispering the right kind of shit in my fucking ear.
Maybe I just
And
had
then
a
he
lot
was
more
smelling
sex
good
than
and
everyone
shit.
else, 'cause
And
I can't
then it
remember
was
the
just
moment I
like
got
wham,
pregnant.
Yeah,
bam,
she
thank
remember
you,
the moment.
ma'am.
Yeah,
And
I
shit,
can't remember it.
I had a whole motherfucking baby.
No,
Like,
I remember mine. I
I
mean,
don't.
I don't remember exactly which session it was, but I remember.
Session.
I remember that motherfucker had me in a motherfucking Mortal Kombat move. Like I promised, he was like, "Hey, y'all, let me tell you something. My baby daddy is like,
Did he finish you?
he finished me. He finished me, and I swear
He's
to God,
still finishing her.
he's still finishing me. Like, baby, let me tell you, if you learn how to read, I promise I'll be yours forever. Just learn how to read and read out loud fluently, and I promise I'll be yours forever. This motherfucker, 6'4", okay? Grab
Damn.
me from behind. Okay, so I'm only 5'5", right? Like that
This
shit.
fool is about to go through the whole session.
Yeah, she's about to. Yeah.
Man.
How many strokes?
I promise it,
132.
nah, I promise it was,
She's a stroke counter.
it was like 7, and I was pregnant. I promise.
She make a nigga put a Fitbit on before they start. I gotta know how many.
I was pregnant.
I want to
with
let you
7
know,
strokes.
guys, for us who like to work out and stuff, if you wear your Fitbit during sex, you can see what sessions lead to calorie burn, which is very important for you to know. I've done it. It fucking works. So just in case if you want to go through your intake, through your deflect, whatever you want to do, if you go ahead and do it that way, you'll see how much you're burning.
Do you still put it on your arm or do you put it somewhere
It's
else?
on my hand. It's always on my hand. My blaze.
What about the man?
Damn.
I don't care what he knows.
I was fixing to say, she must not tell him. That's her little secret.
No, this is my journey.
This
I'm
is
waiting on the Fitbit belt so you can wear that.
7 minutes.
So you can wear that during
7
sex.
minutes.
I do. I'm like, oh my God, this is great because I didn't know, And then I
Hey.
ate this and I ate that. So then
What
this
if they
burns
come in with the
this.
Fitbit that go in your mouth though?
Oh my
They'll never.
God.
That's like mileage. I don't think that needs
You
to
might
be
get
that
shocked.
much.
But people need to count them miles. Like I'm saying, some people
No.
need them miles to reach their 10,000 steps for the day. That's all I'm
No,
saying. I'm just trying to help
Some
out the
things
common
don't need
folk.
to be counted.
If you get
Yeah,
10,000
the
steps in your mouth, you've been doing
Yeah, the mouth.
like that's a lot.
That's
Because
a
I was
lot.
about to say, because your stepping is hard to get 10,000. So if you're doing it in your mouth, listen, shout out to
And
you.
I'm saying some
You should be
women-
getting whatever the fuck you want in life.
No.
You should be getting whatever the fuck you want in life. If you ask for a Benz, bitch, you should be getting it right now.
Right, that's like
A
a
brand new
marathon. I ran it in
2019.
6 minutes.
But what you want? How much you want? You want it right now? Okay, let me go get it. All right.
Fully loaded,
No.
All right, fully loaded. I ain't gonna get you the regular shit. Let me just.
convertible.
Right, no.
You want a hard top when it come up? I'm gonna get you a hard top when it go. Cause you
want
gotta
leather
be.
interior. You want climate control seats.
Well, I'm gonna need to put my Fitbit back on.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm just
put it
thinking
back
about
on.
this. I am. I'm gonna put it back on. I'm not even gonna tell him either.
Don't do that. Don't
No,
do that.
I'm
You
just
fuck
gonna
up
just,
the fun.
Yeah, I'm just gonna just
Just put it on.
Like I got something to do later. I'm
I'm
excited.
telling
Oh shit.
And I don't need to take a shower before
I'm
because he ain't gonna
telling.
care.
And it's a workout. You look at it's I'm working out. Like what the fuck do you mean?
I'm
Go ahead.
telling.
Yeah. No, because she needs to know how much with each session she's burning.
Nah,
so if it's,
I'm
so if it's like
telling.
a regular, like, okay, let me get this in.
You only telling why.
yeah, don't
I'm
tell.
telling.
Don't tell because she need to know how much she burning.
Because
No.
conjugal visits is illegal in the
Yeah.
state of
This
Missouri.
motherfucker said, because I can't get to Shit.
Okay. I'm not gonna do it today, damn. But I mean,
okay.
but it is on my list of things to
Listen,
do once he gets out.
When he get out, do it. I'm telling you. Do the regular, like, just so you can say, oh, okay, this is only $250 this time.
Right.
And then do some real shit.
Right.
And then be like, oh, shit, this shit was
Well,
$700.
because see, I can have him do it right back to back because that's how we love.
If you can't
yeah.
and be in your 20s, I don't want to. And you in your 40s. I don't want it.
I like difference.
I do too.
I'm a variety of a person.
I mean,
Y'all fucking crazy,
I mean, I'm
man.
just saying I'm a variety of person.
Yeah.
I'm
You
not
got to
a-
be in your 20s.
Mm-mm.
Like, if you're in your 40s,
Wait a
I need
minute.
some.
Listen, if I
Like, I'm gonna need
Start
a
making
whole
a beat on
fucking-
her chest.
Yes, I'm gonna need a whole
Well-
fucking step show.
well-
if you're in your 40s,
Well, listen,
if you're in
it's-
your 20s, you can clap all that shit up all you want to. But if you in your 30s, your late 30s, your early 40s, your 50s, your 60s, and I might even fucking with a nigga in his early 70s, you need to
Ain't
be
nothing
able
early about 70. All that shit late.
Listen,
Hugh Hefner has died.
Listen,
I think
I was about to say it depends on the time of day.
Early
if I gotta get my
70s.
motherfucking ass to work, fuck that shit. If I gotta get my ass, first of all, I'm not being late. I got shit to do. If I gotta be at work, we can do this shit afterwards, and we can do this 3 times a day.
So you don't do the risky thing? You got to be at work in about an hour, and the motherfucker say, "Hey, come on, before you go." Ain't
We on time.
Hey, I'm the type.
I know how to get.
I'm gonna pull up to your job with a little bitty ass dress and no panties on. Like,
I'm
hey,
opposed
you
to
on
car
break?
sex.
Like,
in the parking lot.
and we gonna pull this shit up and get this shit in.
One thing about a woman.
Tinted
Let's
windows
keep
or no?
it real. And if a woman don't know, then something's wrong, and she needs some more time. One thing a woman knows is
You got to be spontaneous.
not only that, I know how to get mine.
Thank you.
Hello.
And I know what to tell you to do to get it. I don't need to sit up here for 2 hours to get something. I know how to.
Teachable moment, which is why I am not interested in a builder man.
No, that's a lie.
Wow.
That's a lie. Because you can get a builder man to make you happy in a matter of seconds. Because sometimes that's all you need.
Well, I ain't learned that
Seconds?
yet.
Wait a minute. We all been seconds?
I ain't learned that yet.
Sometimes. Hey, it's all
But
about to
she
say we
nasty though. She like super nasty.
She ain't
And she
lying.
just put it out
She
there.
like
Can't
super
lie.
nasty though.
I am. That's
She's like 5 in the stink, 4 in the wink, and 2 in the paint type. Nasty.
3? I thought it was just.
I don't know. Like she's like triple that shit. Whatever
I've
it
slept
is.
with wives, husbands, and wives.
She do
Wives,
husbands,
I've
wives,
done it all.
brothers, cousins, aunties,
Damn.
uncles,
Yeah.
sisters, brothers. What you want? You want your horse to join in? I
No.
tried.
No.
This nigga said, I was about to say,
Now, bestiality, I draw the line there. But
this nigga said,
Hey,
I ain't fucking
real
with the
shit.
horses.
Real shit. I done been
But
friends with her for
anything
20
else.
fucking years. We didn't watch the
I might
video, and she looked at that horse's dick sideways. Like, I promise. And she was like, I think I can do that.
no,
Like,
I mean.
but wait a minute. Let me do this math real quick. Like, she was trying to figure it out. Like, I promise.
But I won't sleep with a white man. Not.
Not
What?
at all.
No,
Mm-mm.
no.
Nah. Her dick has to be melanated.
really?
Melanated.
I slept with a white man once after I was with some black men, and it was only because I needed my brakes done. So it was that one good time.
I can't stand her. I can't stand
But
her.
other than that, that was it. I just can't. I'm too much woman for a white man, and I just
So you ain't never met a white man that was like packing?
no, not that it. Now trust me, because
My cousin's with a white man, and she swear his dick is long. Like, I just
I've
want to
been with
ask
both.
her without being
It's some
in
black
the car.
dudes that's just trash.
No, I'm
What
not
you
talking about.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
I
talking
done met
about
a
dick
couple of
size.
them.
I'm not talking about
But-
dick size at all because I've seen both sides of the
This shit
rainbow.
that turned into lip service with Angela Yee.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We sorry, Angela. We didn't take your show.
This episode gonna blow. Watch.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that, but no, I just personally cannot sleep with a white man. It does not matter how big or how small he is. It's just the white man in general.
She said
himself.
once the lights go out, she should not see anything but the whites of your eyes and the whites of your teeth.
and I don't even need to
And
see
if
that.
she see any
Shit.
other point,
I keep my
that
eyes
is
closed,
white.
so we good. So shit, just
Damn.
just fuck shit out of me. We good. That's all I need.
No.
So I mean, I guess I could have slept with a white man, but
not.
and once I wake up and roll over and look at you and know that you white, I'm just like, oh no, this is
This
bad.
is interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Because
It is.
It is. It's not just because you white. It's not just because you white. It's just
it really is
It
because
is.
you white.
It's
I think
not.
so. I think so. I mean, I've slept with white men. I lost
I
my
ain't gonna lie
virginity
to
to a
you,
white
friend.
man.
They gonna lie to you because they don't know you. I ain't gonna lie to you, friend.
I mean, a friend. I mean, I don't know you, but I ain't gonna lie to you because I wouldn't have to lie to anybody that's in here. So, I mean, but what I'm saying
but
is,
I also like to only sleep with heavier men as well too. Like I like my black men to be 300 pounds plus.
I guess I'm a black woman that just, I don't.
Damn, 300?
Yes,
It doesn't
I like
matter
it to
to me.
be
I
300
don't care.
pounds plus. And you know, they always talk about
I'll
dick
take a white man.
size, that the bigger men are not as big.
Mm.
But that's a lie.
That's a lie.
Because you lay them on their back and you ride the shit out of them, and all that extra is right there where you just don't
She got
see it.
control
Yeah.
issues. She want to be in control. That's
Oh,
why she
yeah.
like them big
Well, she's a
niggas that can't
Leo.
really move.
Yeah,
She's a
that
Leo.
She said they can't really move.
See, Leo,
I'm fucking to say disabled man. I don't care. I don't judge.
Leos are controlling. Very.
We are.
Yeah, I know. My
I
best
just want to
friend
go on the
I know.
record by saying that I like my men to be 6 foot plus,
Okay.
but
But
I like
talls
them to
don't
be
matter.
200.
Okay.
Like you have to be a minimum of 200. I don't want no skinny ass
Under-
man.
Me
okay,
either.
Underneath
no.
me, on top of me, none of
Behind
that.
me, nothing.
Behind
no.
me, none of that.
Okay.
Like,
The only thing
I
that can-
want
Hey, you could be 6 foot plus and 200 and be skinny though.
right,
You can.
but
Yeah,
I don't think
if
you
you're-
meant 200.
but
You meant
you
like
wanna- You
245.
want them with
Yeah.
some.
I want them with
Some-
some meat.
Yeah.
Like
I want
I
the
don't want to be
penis with
standing
some
there and we
girth.
look like the
Yeah,
number
yeah.
10.
It don't gotta be
or the lowercase
but I
b.
like a little girthy.
You know?
Yes. yes.
I can't stand
Which is
anybody
why I
on this show right now.
Why I like the
Ron,
fat
what?
boys.
You know what? I'm glad you guys are here because we've had plenty of shows where him and Cortez have taken over, and I just feel like
And y'all took over tonight.
Oh, well,
And I
that's
just
good.
feel
All
like-
three of y'all.
That's good.
I can't wait to get on the show with Cortez.
I think I'm gonna come back next weekend.
Can't wait.
You really want to get on the show with Cortez?
Can't wait.
Hey, Cortez, you always listening.
I
She
was
waiting
like,
on
he's
your
always
ass.
listening. Always.
This nigga always listening, so diss him real quick if you want to.
What does he weigh? What does he weigh? What does he weigh? I want to know.
Not enough.
Oh.
Wow.
All of us is out his weight class.
No, he does. Listen, but Robbie, listen, hey, Cortez, nothing. If you want to come on the show, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you don't want to, that's fine.
Matter of fact, I think we should call them for the next show, have them back, and we all just do this.
I mean, I'm down.
They can take turns going on this ass.
Listen, man, you just gonna sit back. Like, chill.
I'll be cool.
We
I'll take the day off, just be back there in the chair. Like, just go on this nigga.
That's it. That's all we're gonna do. Like, just watch. Like, ooh, that's a good one.
Hey,
That's it.
I don't even want to end it with shit. We got to end it. It's an hour and 45 minutes in, and we've had fun. I had my...
Did you guys have a good time here?
I had
We
a really
did.
great time.
Especially since it's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy
again.
birthday!
See, she got to be. It's her birthday. She got to be on the show.
I did.
The
That's
show is gonna
exciting.
blow.
Hey, they gonna like this show, because this is the most
One thing
honest
that
shit
she has
ever.
never done before, and I was able to provide that for her.
That's right.
So I had
Yay,
my birthday,
see?
my
One of
best
the many
friend.
one of the few things I've never done. So.
One
She
of
just
the few things.
She just popped my cherry.
Well,
Yay.
yay! Cherries have been popped. Add that to the list. It's great. Yeah, I think we should. Though.
And we have a lot of listeners now, so they're going to hear you and be like, these people are crazy. They already think me and Bianca are crazy. They know us. They used to
we
us.
are.
Well, I mean, I'm interested to start listening to you guys now too. So
Yay!
See, you earned a new
That's
fan.
what's up.
You earned a new fan.
Because Misty doesn't listen to us.
I do too. I've listened
Says she
to
listened to 2 shows. This is 27.
like
Misty.
3 or 4 shows.
Okay, she said 3 or 4.
Now
4
she
is
doubled
better
it.
than 2.
She doubled it.
I'm gonna let her live that lie. I'm gonna let her live it. You listen to 4?
Thank you.
I'm gonna let her live it. Don't worry about it.
Hey, y'all.
Women, we always like either add or subtract. So I'm cool with that. That's great.
That's all
Shut
y'all
up,
do.
Ron. Mind your business. The problem is y'all don't mind y'all business when we do it. So mind your business.
Come on nowhere. Shut up, bro. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to shut up, and we are out of here.
Later.
Good night.
Good night.